The excitement is palpable here on this historic ground, Fateh Maidan or Lal Bahadur Stadium as it's called. We are all set for week 2 of the third season of the Celebrity Cricket League. And of course, it promises terrific things. In fact, to my right are two winning captains. They won their first set of matches, which is very good news. One, of course, for the Kerala Strikers, represented by their hero, Mohanlal. And Skipper, thank you so much for joining us. And of course, the new hero, as it were, Manoj Tiwari. बहुत बढ़िया खेल खेला आपने, बधाई हो, पहला ही match. We have the match referee after that, my good friend Mr. Raghunath from Karnataka. And of course, the owners of the teams. We have Mr. Anand Yadav behind us, next to him to his right. Thank you very much for joining us. And congratulations on owning a wonderful new team. Indrajit, who may be skippering, I believe, on your behalf once in a while, Mohan. And of course, the lovely owner of the Kerala Strikers, Lissi Priyadarshan. Thank you so much for joining us. We are now ready for the toss. Match 1, of course, we have a second match also later on. But let's pay attention to this. So who's calling? Manoj will be calling and Mohanlal will be flipping the coin. Here we go. What's the call? Tails is the call.
It's heads.
And heads it is. Manoj, maafi chahte hain, but Mohanlal, congratulations. You win the toss. And would you like to let us know what you'd like to do before you walk off?
We are going to bowl.
You're going to bowl. Well, hang on. Are you going to walk away? We need to talk to you. Indrajit, join him if you like. Okay, you have to give us a reason, Mohan. Why bowl?
Yeah, because last time also our boys need that kind of pep.
You need to come from behind, is it? Any particular reason for chasing?
We've always been better chasing, and we have 7 or 8 good batsmen who didn't properly fire last match. So we hope that they all come together and put in a good show this time.
Well, it was a low-scoring match last time around. So do you have more batting plans? Because it was a terrific comeback in a sense to even win that one.
Yes, absolutely. And I was told that it's been quite some time since the match has been played in this ground. So we'd like to see how the pitch is going to hold, so that we can just watch and then play.
Well, good tactics. Any particular player you'd like us to focus on? You had a couple of heroes last time. Go open for one.
We have a lot of good all-rounders. We hope that all of them just come together because, like I said, batting didn't fire properly in the last match. So we just hope that it all fires together this time and we put up a good show.
But your team is looking good. And Mohanlal, you cannot go. But we need to see you in the field. I hope we will.
No, not today.
Not today. All right. We'll miss you. Manoj, thank you so much. Good luck.
Thank you. Okay.
मनोज आइए चलिए 2-4 बातें हो जाएं. टॉस तो हार गए लेकिन मैच बाकी है.
बिल्कुल सर, पिछले मैच में भी हार गया था.
लेकिन पिछले मैच की अगर बात करें 185 रन बनाना, चेस करना आसान नहीं, और वो भी आप कुछ 35 पे 3 थे. उसके बाद क्या बढ़िया खेला है.
सर, हमारी टीम अच्छी खेली और मुझे लगता है जितना मेहनत किया सब लोगों ने, लड़कों ने ग्राउंड में, उसका रिजल्ट मिला.
और जो आखिर में आदित्य ने बैटिंग की बहुत बढ़िया. लेकिन एक बैट्समैन ऐसा था जिसने कोशिश की लेकिन रन इतने ज़्यादा बने नहीं. वो मेरे बगल में खड़ा है.
सर, वो उस दिन मेरे बैट पे आ नहीं रही थी और फिर जो भी था मेरे पीछे जो बैटिंग ऑर्डर था, मुझे विश्वास था उस पर और वी ट्राइड
एंड डिड वेरी वेल. एक दो और कोई ऐसे खास नाम आपकी टीम में जिन पर हम अपनी आंखें रखें?
सर, हमारी टीम में देयर इज़ वन निरहुआ. ही इज़ वेरी गुड बैट्समैन एंड पिछले मैच में उसने थोड़ा सा महंगी बॉलिंग की थी, बट ही इज़ वेरी गुड ऑलराउंडर. अजय शर्मा हु मेड 25, ही इज़ वेरी गुड एंड बैटिंग ऑर्डर बहुत अच्छा है सर.
अरे इसलिए तो हम आए हैं और बाकी सब लोग आए हैं आपकी बैटिंग देखने. गुड लक.
थैंक यू सर.
ऑलराइट. That's it. The news from the toss here in the center at this wonderful stadium is that the Kerala Strikers have opted to bowl first.
So we're looking forward to a nice weekend over here in Hyderabad. All of us have come in full glory and this is cricketainment at its very best because all the superstars have come down and settled, and I've got one in the studio, Rohan Gavaskar.
Why did I know you were going to say that?
You just knew I was going to say that. Because I always call you a superstar.
Well, look, let's getting back to CCL. I think, the Bhojpuri Dabanggs, the match that's coming up, they've surprised me.
Yep.
Beating the Chennai Rhinos in the first game, chasing a stiff target of 188. 188 is never easy. Anything over 170 is never easy, and they chased it first game in the CCL. Fantastic effort.
And who was it? Aditya, 86 of some 36 deliveries.
What an innings!
Yeah?
It was an outstanding innings. I think, like you said, 86 of 35 or 38 deliveries. There were sixes galore, and some of those sixes weren't balls just getting over the boundary. They were massive sixes getting into the stands.
Cricket shots?
Cricket shots.
Yeah, okay.
All cricket shots, straight down. Not slogs, straight down. So excellent cricket shots. And they looked like a really good batting unit. The bowling also did really well. but the Chennai Rhinos took them to the cleaners in the last 4 overs.
Okay.
So up until the last 4 overs, the bowling had also done well, but the batting was phenomenal.
I tell you, those last 4 overs in 2020 cricket always the most crucial. Kerala strikers led by Mohanlal, of course, also won their first game in full filmy style. They needed 6 of 6, is that right? And it was like last ball, filmy style, big 6 that won the match for them.
Again, I mean, both games went down to the wire. The Kerala strikers beat the Mumbai Heroes. The Mumbai Heroes were very, well, for their fans, they're a very funny team because they get your hopes up and then they dash them. So it's, for me, look, I'm a Mumbai lad, so Mumbai Heroes hold a special place in my heart. So it was disappointing in a sense, but another cracking game of cricket. Kerala strikers, they seem to have improved a lot from the previous edition. The team seems to be a lot stronger, a lot more balanced. They seems to have a few more actors who know the game a little better, who seem to have played the game, at some level. So the quality of the squad's gone up.
Yeah, so definitely. I mean, third season, you'd expect things to pick up, and of course, they just take it more and more seriously as we get down to the years. Welcome back to the Kalyan Jewellers presents Celebrity Cricket League powered by Pauly 2020 Cookies. That's the matchup we have for you today. The Kerala Strikers taking on the Bhojpuri Dabanggs, one of the new teams here in this season of CCL. And I can tell you that the Kerala Strikers won the toss and they elected to field first, putting the Bhojpuri Dabanggs into bat. Now, mind you, it's a little overcast today, so we're just crossing our fingers that it doesn't rain at all. But let's have a look at the teams and see who some of your favorite superstars might be in action today. It'll be good to see them playing some cricket. There's the Kerala strikers. Nivin, Pauly, Pillai is the wicketkeeper, mind you. Indrajit is captaining today in the absence of Mohanlal. You've got Arjun, who was going forward. Santesh Sema, Sumesh. You've got Madan Mohan, Vivek Gopan, Binish Kuriyar, P. Kalabhavan and Manni Kutin. As for the Bhojpuri Dabanggs, led by Manoj, Tiwari, Dinesh Lal Yadav, P. Lal Yadav, Boy Sharma, Vikram Singh, Uday Tiwari, Ayaz Khan, Sushil Singh, Prakash Jha, Aditya Ojha, who was a star in the last match, scoring 86 runs of just 36 deliveries, and Jay Yadav go ahead and make up the team over there. So they're just about there on the field, all set for action over here in Hyderabad, which is going to be the host for 2 days of mega cricketing action. We're going to take a quick breather. When we return, it's going to be your favorite teams in action, or rather your favorite celebs entertaining us with some cricket, not at the box office. Stay with us.
It's all set and ready to go. Manoj Tiwari, the captain of Bhojpuri Dabanggs, he's on strike. Kerala strikers win the toss and choosing to field first. And this is going to be a big game because remember, both these teams were winning their respectively first games of this Celebrity Cricket League Season 3. Manni Kutin is the man who's going to start the proceedings from the hill end. So it's all set. First ball of this game. Waiver delivery just outside the line of Ostam. Wide the call from the umpire, Ashoka De Silva. And it's time to say good afternoon to Raman Bhanot.
Thank you so much, Ajay. Well, yes, spectacular showing by the Bhojpuri Dabanggs. First season, remember, in the Kalyan Jewellers Celebrity Cricket League powered by Pauly 2020 Cookies. And the very first match, a high-scoring game, chasing a 180-plus target, getting it in style in the last over.
Yes, you're right. That was a big win for them because just coming from nowhere in that game. Beat Chennai Rhinos by 5 wickets in the first game, Bhojpuri Dabanggs. And Manoj Tiwari, well, he's a very good, capable batsman as well. Opens the innings, opens the bowling as well for Bhojpuri Dabanggs.
That's hit nice and strong. It's gone all the way, maximum. What a start. As far as runs from the bat are concerned for the Bhojpuri Dabanggs. And Manoj Tiwari showing us that he can really pack a punch.
What a strike, they're very good strike, clean strike. Just coming from the meat of the blade, exactly what he was doing on that occasion, Manoj Tiwari. And they were delighted, their supporters. This is the kind of start every batsman wants.
That one just came in a tad off the inside edge. Again, was looking for a loosener outside off stump in that zone where he could just free his arms like he did on the previous occasion. Had to check his shot.
But that was a good comeback delivery as well from Mani Kooten, because the line was better and the ball was shaping into the right-hander. He's got a man at short fine leg in place. He's got to be very, very careful about his line he bowls here.
Oh, that's wide outside the off stump. Called wide again, so the extras move up to 2. And that's another reason why he's targeting the line outside the line of the off stump. He doesn't want to stray onto middle or leg. With the fine leg up, it could be easy pickings for the batsman. Flinging it on the onside. All 3 fielders inside the... in fact, all 4 fielders on the onside inside the 30-yard circle.
But that's a good delivery. Going for the big shot, Manoj Tiwari on that occasion. Ashoka De Silva, we mentioning about him, very experienced as an umpire, international umpire from Sri Lanka. Now the keeper just coming up to the stumps, realizing Mani Kooten is not going full throttle at the moment.
Oh, that off the outside edge, I think so. And there's no signal from the umpire. Runs it is, and it means a let-off for Manoj Tiwari as well. Yes, there was a clear outside edge. The keeper standing up didn't have the reaction time to latch onto that one.
Yeah, that does happen. It's never easy when you're standing just up to the stumps. No signal from the umpire, and definitely there was a sound as well. But a run nevertheless for Manoj Tiwari. He's off the strike. Yadav on strike for the first time in this game. Not timing it too well. Wanting a single, Manoj Tiwari refused by his partner. After the first over is 9 without loss.
End of first over, Bhojpuri Dabanggs, 9 runs on board without any loss of wicket.
Out loss for the Bhojpuri Dabanggs, who've been put into bat in match 5 of the Kalyan Jewellers Celebrity Cricket League. That's the lineup for the 2 sides going into this match. Both of them with a win under their belt. The Bhojpuri Dabanggs, captained by Manoj Tiwari. They've got a couple of very talented players in that lineup, including Aditya Oja. Don't discount him, a pretty handy player. Dinesh Lal Yadav really does pack a punch with his batting as well. Kerala strikers being led by Indrajit today, captaining them. And you've got Sleep, the left-arm spinner, who's being brought on in the power play overs itself to bowl the second over of the innings. Manoj Tiwari, captain of the Bhojpuri Dabanggs, on strike, but interesting field. They've got a long off back on the fence. Also got a fielder at long on as well. So 2 fielders back on the fence, the only 2 fielders allowed outside the 30-yard circle in the V.
Now, this is the ploy they have adopted very frequently, getting the left arm spinner very quickly, and he's done many a times a very good job as well. Never easy for any spinner bowling with the new ball, with the glaze on the ball, but he's pretty accurate. Once again, very nicely bowled. The ball just holding the surface. Manoj Tiwari has got to be very, very careful. Also going to be very interesting where Aditya Oja bats for Bhojpuri Dabanggs. The kind of innings he played in the last game versus Chennai Rhinos. That was a match-winning effort from him.
Yes, but you've got to give credit to Santosh Sliba, the left-arm spinner, who's into the attack right now. Pretty much bowls wicket to wicket, bowls a very flat trajectory, doesn't give the batsman a chance to use his feet. Really, it's a you miss, I hit kind of strategy that he bowls with. On a pitch like this, Ajay, which doesn't have a lot of bounce on it, probably the ball will keep a tad low. It's not the easiest of things to hit a bowler like him across the line.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the reason he's very careful. Played in the air. There's a man stationed up in the deep. He'll pick up a single here, Manoj Tiwari. But nevertheless, excellent start by Sliba. He's doing the right thing. He's not experimenting too much. He's bowling a tidy line and length. That's the need of the hour.
That'll be interesting to see what Pravesh Lal Yadav can do. He's the man on strike now. A big hitter of the cricket ball as well. Can pack a punch. It'll just be 1 off the over. It's 10 without loss. Run rate of 5 and over for the Bhojpuri Dabanggs after being put into bat. And straight away down the ground. That's a perfect welcome that a batsman can give to a bowler. Another massive six towards the side screen from the captain of the Bhojpuri Dabanggs, Manoj Tiwari. That was very well struck indeed.
Absolutely, and that's a boom chicka wow shot. What a strike there. Effortless, one has to say, coming from the meat of the blade. Clean strike from Manoj Tiwari. That's exactly what he has been doing. Looks to be in great form, the way he picked up the delivery. Just getting underneath that one. And they were all amazed as well. Couldn't believe it.
Yes, a lot of delight seen on the faces of the Bhojpuri Dabanggs camp. 4 runs here. That's very sensible batting indeed. Having got 6 of the very first ball, not getting carried away by the momentum. Trying to rotate the strike. And really, you look at the balls that Manikuttan delivered to Manoj Tiwari that were dispatched for 6. Length deliveries, right in the zone for him to free his arms. Pesh has been pretty sedate so far. Misses that one. Little extra bounce there for Manikuttan.
Yeah, to be fair to Pravesh, he hasn't got much of the strike, just faced 3 deliveries in comparison to Tiwari facing 12 deliveries. But he hasn't opened his account so far. He's got to be sensible here. But that's again nicely bowled. Will pick up a single and will be off the mark. The first run, always a big relief for any batsman.
Yes, he gets off the mark with that single, but really a wayward delivery from Manikuttan. It was going down leg, just around the line, leg stump with fine leg up inside the 30-yard circle. That could have been asking for trouble.
But now it's going to be very, very interesting because Manoj Tiwari, who has been on song, will be on strike. What does he do?
Bats sensibly, gets another single down towards deep point. A lot of alacrity and athleticism being shown by the fielders from the Kerala Strikers team. But what's surprising for me, Ajay, is the fact that with Manoj Tiwari favouring that area around long off, they haven't dropped a fielder back to the fence. They still kept mid-off inside the 30-yard circle.
Yeah, probably the reason for that is they're still taking a chance that probably he might just mistime it. Going for the hoik on the onside, missing it completely. Will pick up a single to finish the over. After 3 overs, it's 20 without loss.
The surprise package of the third season of the Celebrity Cricket League. The Bhojpuri Dabanggs are on song. Pravesh Lal Yadav gets a boundary now. That's the first boundary for him. And the third hit to go past the fence for the Bhojpuri Dabanggs. Yeah, moving up to 24. Bom chika wow wow moment there.
Yeah, for a while he was targeting that area because he knew there wasn't a man stationed in the deep. And this time the ball just coming from the meat of the blade. And more importantly, the placement was terrific. They are delighted once again. And this time picking another boundary. So back-to-back boundaries here for Pravesh. He's getting on with things now. Boom, chika chika wow wow shot.
Yes, a bom chika wow wow moment there for the Bhojpuri Dabanggs. Again, it's the length that Sleeper's bowled that's erred here. A little shorter, and that's what's allowed him the chance to go across the line, even though the bounce isn't there. And yes, the brand ambassador of Bhojpuri Dabanggs enjoying the moment here. And too short. Luckily, he gets away with it, Dasliba. So they've got this deliberate ploy of making Pravesh play across the line, try and go across, not keeping a deep mid-wicket or a deep square. The length, I think, has to be fuller.
That's much better. I think with the field setting he's got, this is a line he's got to bowl much more frequently. He has been hit for 2 boundaries in the first over, but this is a good comeback now from Saliba. He's got to concentrate much more on this line as a left-arm spinner. Going for the hoik, does well, and that's majestic. What a shot once again, terrific.
Big six there for the
Boom
Bhojpuri
Chikawawa
Dabanggs.
shot from Pravesh.
There's a Bum Chikawawa moment there, right there in the slot again for him to use the long handle, use the bottom hand, the power, get the elevation. And yes, they've had a lot to cheer about, haven't they, the Bhojpuri Dabanggs camp?
Yeah, absolutely, and they have been pretty busy so far. Bit of chat going on in the middle at the moment. Just trying to re-strategize here, the Kerala strikers.
And Ajay, it's important to note that these aren't small boundaries. They're pretty long boundaries here, and he's picked one of the longest boundaries on the ground and cleared it quite comfortably. So 14 already off this over, turning out to be the most expensive one of the innings.
Yeah, you're right, and also playing against the turn, it's never
Let's
easy.
see what's going to happen on
He's
this
got
ball.
a man at long off, he's got now a man at deep mid-wicket. So much more protection now on the onside. Wasn't ready, a bit of movement, just probably ahead of the side screen. But now it's all settled.
There's somebody just going across the side screen, disturbing the concentration of the batsman, Pravesh Lal Yadav, who's now beginning to exert himself. Goes for another skyer. And is this going to be a chance for the Kerala strikers? Oh, it's put down. He never got under it. And what's more, the batsmen run 2. So 16 off the over.
2 to finish the over. 16 runs coming from the previous over. 36 for no loss after 4 overs. Bhojpuri Dabanggs. All right, Hyderabad, it's your time to win a few exciting prizes today. It's your pledge to save your watts. Get a chance to win a pass to the CCL after party. I'm going to tell you more about this after this over.
So Bhojpuri Dabanggs are off to a fly here. Manoj Tiwari, he's on 16. Pravesh Lal, he's on 18 of just 11 deliveries. And so far in this innings for Bhojpuri Dabanggs, already 2 boundaries and 3 massive strikes for 6s. So they are on song at the moment.
And it's not often that you find 6s outnumbering the boundaries for a side on a bigger ground. The new bowler in action, Madan Mohan, brought on by the Kerala strikers here. Now remember, both these teams are coming into this match riding on a win in a hard-fought encounter last weekend when the Kerala strikers won in the final over. The Bhojpuri Dabanggs got an even more sensational win in their very first match in the CCL against a much fancied opposition.
That's played well, sweet timing. There's a man stationed in the deep. We'll just settle for 1. You're right, because they are high on confidence. They are high in their morale, because a win early in the season is always important, imperative for any team.
17 to Manoj Tiwari, 18 is what Pravesh Lal Yadav is batting on. And remember, he got off strike, got off the mark for a long time. Nothing there, really a nothing shot.
Well, mentioning about Godrej, Godrej Union is the green appliances partner for CCL Season 3. And Godrej Union makes the most energy efficient appliances. 1 watt project is really amazing from them. Supported by CCL Season 3 is an effort to create an awareness amongst people to save energy, which is so very important nowadays.
Again in the air, another chance here for the Kerala strikers, and it goes a begging again. Oh dear, couple of skiers, one going to hand and put down this one. The fielder wasn't even able to get under it.
Well, one has to say pedaling back is never easy. Although mistimed shot from Parvez, getting off the hook on that occasion. He was pedaling back and just over his outstretched hands on that occasion. The batsman also managing a single with that. That's a much better delivery. The line much better as well from Madan Mohan.
Forcing Manoj Tiwari to reach out for that delivery. 38 in 4.5 overs, very handy stuff. A run rate of over 7 and over. Bhojpuri Dabanggs will be pretty happy with the kind of start they've gotten off to, all 10 wickets intact. They have been the surprise package. Never easy just come into the big league and start playing your shots and, well, upset the more established teams. That's a wicket off the last ball. Again, fishing at a delivery wide outside the off stump. The captain has to go.
Spectacular catch.
And just as I was saying, the Bhojpuri Dabanggs
strike in style.
They lose their opening wicket.
And a big
But
one.
really one has to give a lot of credit to the wicket keeper because that was outstanding. Manoj Tiwari walking out for 17.
Big wicket here for
He's
the
38 for
Kerala
1.
Strikers. Striking in the 4th over. End of 5 overs, 38 for 1. All right, Hyderabad, it's your time to win a few prizes today. Pledge to save your watts. Get a chance to win a pass to the CCL after party. All you have to do is SMS WATT, W-A-T-T, space your name, space number of watts pledged, and send it to 56070. And you can win a fancy chance and an exciting party, CCL after party pass as your prize.
Uday Tiwari is the new batsman in, and he's
This
come in
exciting
because
start
the
powered
captain,
by
Manoj
Godrej
Tiwari, was dismissed of the last ball of the 5th over, out for 17. Talking about Tiwari, got a 48 in the previous game. Talking about changes, time for a change in the commentary position as well. It's Charu Sharma, and with him Rohan Gavaskar.
Thanks so much. Now, one Tiwari gone, the other one at the crease, and the one that's gone was a little unfortunate. 2 big sixes by Manoj Tiwari, chasing and ball outside the off stump. Maybe just a little bit more bounce so he could handle, and a nice catch tumbling to his right by Raji Pillai, one of the big stars of the Kerala strikers. He can bat, he can bowl, but of course, for now, wicket keeping. So there, Tiwari walks into a decent situation, 38 reasonably quick runs in 5 overs. But you don't want your captain out, that's for sure. Ooh, that was dangerously close to being a no ball, must have slipped a bit. And a very good afternoon to Rohan Gavaskar. Rohan, the excitement continues. What terrific matches these two teams played in Kochi, both coming back from behind to win. And in a sense, it's a clash of the new boys in town.
Well, and you can see the confidence that the Bhojpuri Dabanggs have right now, which they've gained from the first game that they played. Oh, good slower one. Good slower one, completely outfoxed Bilal. Good ball. I think this is going to be a good game. I think this is going to be a game which is going to go down to the wire. They've gone off to a good start, the Dabanggs. And we do know that they bat deep.
And they have lots of support, as they did at Kochi as well in that opening game. Good to see a nice, strong support line for the Bhojpuri Dabanggs. He continues to try and pepper Rajiv Pillai, his keeper, with difficult deliveries. Well, that was probably below legal limit, so that's okay.
Clear no ball. But obviously it's not going to be a free hit because he hasn't overstepped the line.
So Sumesh having a few problems with landing the ball, and he does very well this time, but gets punished for it. And no wonder he's going to be saying, I'd rather pull the other one. Handsome cover drive. And considering that Tiwari has just come in, that was a fabulous shot.
Beautiful. Elegance personified over it. That was a top shot. On the rise. Pierced the fielders. Didn't seem to hit it too hard, but had enough legs on it to reach the boundary.
I suppose you could always say that he had terrific weight transfer. Just went through it, and the ball sped to the boundary despite the fact that there's a fair amount of grass here, so it's not a quick outfield for sure.
Facebook?
There are many ways that you can participate in the Celebrity Cricket League. This is the third season, and we have a contest for you on facebook.com/CCL. Who is likely to be the man of the match? We've given you some options here. Vivek Gopan, Rajiv Pillai, Uday Tiwari, Aditya Ojha, who played a magnificent knock in their win last time around, the Bhojpuri Dabanggs. A massive 86 not out in, what was it, 38 deliveries or so. So it could be any one of these stars, you never know. Down leg, and it was up in the air for a while, but that's also going to find the boundary. This is good stuff for the Bhojpuri Dabanggs and Uday Tiwari. 6 overs gone, 48 for 1.
Can we see the flags in the air? All the flags, come on, Hyderabad!
Hello, testing 1 2 3 4 5 6. Testing. Atmosphere here in Hyderabad as the Bhojpuri Dabanggs take on the Kerala Strikers. I have with me the face and founder of the Bhojpuri Dabanggs. It's Paki Hegde. Such a pleasure to actually meet you and have you here. You know, obviously a great team. First win on debut. How are you guys feeling? Great momentum there.
It's been a very short notice of 6 months in which I kind of founded my team. And it was such a pleasure being here, you know, having played this Celebrity Cricket League. It's such a high feeling. I'm feeling on the top of the world.
Yeah, absolutely. And your team's doing so well. You know, on their first match in Kochi, they actually came up, beat a score 188. And that's incredible, right, for your first ever match. So great way to start off things here. Of course, you're playing against the team which also won their match. So great competition, right?
Real great competition because everybody here is on their own they are great stars, and at the same time they are great cricketers. I see they play such professional cricket here, and it's fun watching everybody taking it as a challenge. And I mean, even Kerala team, we've been watching them on matches, they've been rocking, and this is for us the first year. Being the first year, we were all little
nervous, excited, butterflies in the stomach,
all mixed feelings, you know, but my team is rocking. I mean, they have taken up this challenge and they are doing it. That makes my day. The dream that I had seen last year has been coming true.
Paki, you are the founder, but I am going to have to put you on the spot. This is how it goes. Who is your favorite in the team?
Everybody's got their own qualities.
See, I didn't want that answer. Come on, choose a favorite. Manoj Tiwari doing very, very well for his team.
Manoj Tiwari has been like a godfather for the team, and Dinesh Lal Yadav has been playing his own all-rounder Sachin Tendulkar kind of cricket. My favorite is Aditya, who is there, who has been a surprise package, and because of Aditya that we rocked this last match.
Well, that's Aditya, you guys. Give a thumbs up.
And he's like darling of our team, and we really want that. Okay, he proves the way he's been proving in every match.
Well, I have to say the Bhojpuri Dabanggs have made a great start into the Celebrity Cricket League, and here's to seeing a lot more of you guys, and of course of you, Paki. Thanks for talking to us.
Same here. Nice talking to you, Archana.
Lovely to talk to you, and it's back to you guys in the commentary box.
Thank you, Archana. Bhojpuri Dabanggs have moved on to 51 for 1 of 6.3. Chugging along nicely at 7.85 and over. The Tiwari had done well in the last game that they played. Gave the innings the impetus that they needed by chasing that big target of 188. That's got to be 4. Just helped along its way. Fine leg was up. Played the percentage. He knew once he got over the fine leg fielder, it was going to be 4 all the way.
Well, this was that. Tiwari was on fire. A couple of 4s as soon as he walked in after the departure of his skipper. And it wasn't easy to pick that one up. I suppose you could say that it was drifting down leg, and just the connection that he got, very fluent. And let's give him credit for knowing that the fine leg was up. So even though that ball was in the air, very safe. Just a few runs this over, given away by Maddy, but he did take that wicket last over. Up in the air again. Will this be taken? They missed a few catches and they miss another one.
Tiwari going at over 200 runs per 100 balls.
At the moment, the CCL anthem.
Very impressive strike rate.
In T20, of course, as we all know, it is all about the strike rate. A quick 30, a quick 40 is as important as the strike rate that it comes at. Now, a quick or a 30-40 which comes at 100 may at times come for a losing cause, but at 200 we've got to say it's been a very good innings. Not that it's been free of danger, and the Kerala strikers could have easily picked up another couple of wickets theoretically had they taken their catches, but it's always easier said than done. They were high, they were spiraling, and they were just behind the fielders on almost all occasions, so we'll have to be a little generous there. Here's another star though for the Kerala strikers, Gopan, who played that fabulous innings the last time around when they chased a low total but eventually did win, the Kerala strikers, and we'll have to count him as one of the big players for Kerala strikers, and a good time for him to strike because the Bhojpuri Dabanggs are continuing to go well over 8 for the moment.
Well run. It'll be interesting to see who comes in next, Charu. Will it be Oja?
I suspect not, because much as he played a blinder the last time around, an incredible knock, they will probably hope that he works his magic in the last 10, maybe 8-6 overs when that kind of an acceleration, a blast is required. So, but you make a good point, because if he comes in earlier, if he has that kind of ability, you might as well give him more overs. hit some huge sixes the last time round.
Well, I think he got about 85, 86 of 35 deliveries. So we've got someone of his talent, someone who can clear the ground so easily. You want him to be batting for as many deliveries as he can, and they've gotten off to a good start. Excuse me.
Well, he's found himself a nice length as Gopan, just slightly short, and we haven't seen them pull so often. The Bhojpuri Dabanggs. I think Manoj Tiwari was it, or no? I think it was Pravesh who hit a huge six when he slog swept the other left-arm spinner. There we go, same shot again, up in the air, and again it drops between the fielders. Raji Pillai, the keeper's devastated, and so too the man who came in from short third. Riding on their luck, the Bhojpuri Dabanggs.
Well, if they were a cat, they've probably used 6 lives already. But fortune favors the brave, and you can't grudge them their luck. Another
Again.
top edge. Will this be taken?
No!
It's dropped.
Terrific attempt by Raji Pillai. I hope he hasn't hurt himself. Very heavily muscled, and at times that helps, but at times it could hurt. He landed awkwardly. Terrific attempt by the keeper. But again, the Dabanggs, well, did you mention 6 the last time, Rohan? So that's 7 down then, in terms of lives. He got away with it again.
Well, if the Kerala strikers go on to lose this game, and by no means am I saying that the game is... That's a valiant effort. Just didn't get his gloves underneath. Didn't time his dive. Didn't time his dive properly, I think.
Well, could that have been a stumping attempt? No, but a very good over by Gopan comes to an end. Created opportunities. After 8, 61 for 1.
End of 8 overs, 61 for 1, the Bhojpuri Dabanggs.
Captain Manoj Tiwari there. Dismissed early on, but gave a solid start to the Bhojpuri Dabanggs.
Yeah, Rohan, he can hit the ball. He hit 2 massive sixes, Manoj Tiwari. Maybe not entirely orthodox, but he can hit the ball, and he was devastated when he nicked one to the keeper. Good catch by Raji Pillai. Kodieri, who bowled very efficiently the last time around and gave only 18-19 in his 4 overs, has been a mainstay spinner for the Kerala strikers. Had a good season the last time around as well, last year. Now there we are. So 1 for 18 in his 4. And that's for T20 standards exceptional bowling. Here we are.
Right on the money, first ball.
Yeah, started with a quicker delivery, but I suppose he doesn't want to give too much air, considering that Uday Tiwari has already hit some big shots. Oh, there we go. Offline, down leg, full toss, full toe, and a big 6 for
And
Tiwari.
the ball has come right
He
next
can
to
hit the
me.
ball.
6 more.
Well, again, Kodieri tried to push it through. Didn't flight the ball, but just didn't get his length right. And with the pace on the ball, all Uday Tiwari had to do was get bat and ball. Get some meat on that ball, and was always going to sail over. You can see they are happy. They are excited.
Oh, much better delivery. And played quietly down to long off. So
Brilliant
Uday Tiwari is
cricket.
somebody you need to
Bhojpuri
watch out
Dabanggs
for.
off to a
Brings
great
Pravesh
start.
onto the
6
crease.
for 1 at the moment.
He's hit a big 6 as well, Pravesh.
Kerala strikers versus Bhojpuri
That was
Dabanggs.
the big slog sweep I was talking about. Well, Kerala have a bit of thinking to do, because if the Bhojpuri Dabanggs continue to go at 8 at this early stage, you can talk about a score in excess of 160-70, which is not going to be easy to chase. Oh, missed by short third. And that will go all the way to the boundary.
It's another boundary.
Not the best
for
fielding,
Bhojpuri
but he did have to dive to his left, not his natural side. But the supporters, the leading ladies of the Bhojpuri Dabanggs, only too happy.
Well, definitely a boom chicka wawa moment. Thick outside edge. But in T20, I find that's one of the best shots to play. The thick outside edge, because more often than not, short third man is squarer rather than finer.
So 12 off that 9th over, 9 gone, 73 for 1, the Bhojpuri Dabanggs.
End of 9 overs, 73 for 1, Bhojpuri Dabanggs. Kerala strikers might strike soon. Get ready for
There's the
action.
Manhattan. 4th over being the biggest over of the innings so far. But you can see been more or less consistent around the 9 runs per over mark. Swatted away to long off for the single. Brings Tiwari on strike. He's been the aggressor. 23 of 13 deliveries for Tiwari.
Okay, so facebook.com/CCL. Who's going to be the man of the match? Vivek Gopan bowling here. Good choice. Created 2 opportunities, chances the last over. Both off miscues. One falling just behind the keeper, one to his left. And we'll have to say Pravesh Lal Yadav, who's at the non-strikers at this point of time, very lucky to still be there. Uday Tiwari, 23 from only 14, strike rate of 164. Man to watch out for, Uday. Steps up, gives it the full treatment, finds the gap, and does that go all the way?
Beautiful shot, absolutely top draw. When you have a look at the replay, look at how he gets to the pitch of the ball, and look at how he hits the bat, hits the shot with the full face of the bat. Wasn't a slog, played with the full face. He knew there was a big gap between deep square leg and long off. Long on, beg your pardon. That was an outstanding cricket shot.
And he may be gone now. He's quite happy to attempt to walk, but square leg umpire Asoka De Silva has indicated that he would like a little bit of support from the third umpire. We'll have to say that seems dead and buried.
Well, I think he needs to keep on walking.
True. Well, he's quite happy to walk, but why not wait? Something might have gone wrong. The ball may have slipped from the keeper's hand. You never know. But Rajiv Pillai, well done, and that should be an easy open and shut case, as they call it, for a stumping. Good work by Gopan to draw him out. Pulled it back a bit. It was a shorter ball. And there we are. Legitimate delivery. Yes, that's for sure. So that's fine, the first half. No question there. And this will give us a very good idea. Uday Tiwari rushing out.
He's gone for all money.
I just wonder if Rajiv had taken the ball before it past the stumps, but let's not go there. Good smart work by the keeper.
And he's got to keep walking.
So a bright innings by Uday Tiwari comes to an end. Well, they lived chancely, didn't they, the Bhojpuri Dabanggs? And Uday Tiwari will pay the penalty. Still a very good knock, 27 from only 15 at a strike rate of 180.
Well, he's done his job. There's no doubt about that. He's done his job. Quick fire 27. Yes. You were right, Charu. He has collected the ball before the stumps now. What's the third umpire going to do?
Well, I wonder if he's going to throw the book at Rajiv Pillai or let him get away with it. It's a technicality, but we'll have to say that
But-
in spirit that was out, wasn't it?
Well, but a technicality is still a technicality.
Okay, well,
I'd be disappointed if I was Tiwari, because by the letter of the law, he's not out. But the umpire judged him to be out, and that's all that matters.
78 for 2.
What a strike this is. Kerala strikers striking in style. Brilliant effort by the wicketkeeper. Picking up a wicket at a big time.
Ajoy, the new batsman in. Uday Tiwari just stumped off the bowling of Gopan. Excellent little innings of 27 of 16 deliveries. Bhojpuri Dabanggs motoring along. Just a touch over 8 runs and over.
Oh, a dead bat to begin with for Ajoy Sharma. That's rare in T20, but and that's how, of course, Uday Tiwari went. A wild heave. The ball was too short for that shot, and on the Kerala strikers delighted. They needed that wicket because Uday Tiwari, along with Pravesh, was threatening to run away with it. So that answers the question, of course, Rohan, that you asked earlier. They're happy to save Ojha for later. Okay, time for a strategic timeout at the halfway stage. 10 overs gone, 78 for 2, the Bhojpuri Dabanggs. We have one more ball to go through. Looks like it really is 6 balls over or up as far as we're concerned, but well, you never know. It's always a dangerous situation. That extra ball could get you wicket, could go for runs. And that's what he's come to do. Ajoy Sharma pats it back down the crease. Strategic break, 10 overs gone, 78 for 2.
10 overs, 78 for 2, Bhojpuri Dabanggs. End of 10 overs, 78 for 2. Last 10 overs of the innings for the Bhojpuri Dabanggs. Let's see what comes in the next 10 overs for us.
Tiwari to continue. And he starts off with the wide. First ball after the strategic timeout. Hasn't gone too well for the Kerala strikers. That's 5 extra runs. The Bhojpuri Dabanggs. Not that they needed any help at this stage of the innings. They're motoring along nicely.
What a fine shot, boundary.
10 overs,
4
halfway
runs
through
all the way.
the innings at 83 for 2. Good old-fashioned slog. Vishnu Induri, Managing Director of CCL. Next to him is Tirumal Reddy, the Director of CCL. And how this tournament has grown. 2 more teams this year, different venues. One of the new teams is the Bhojpuri Dabanggs, who are doing really, really well in the tournament so far.
Tell you, they're a really committed bunch of cricketers, these guys in light blue. Joy Sharma so far has only patted the ball back down the crease. And he continues to do that. This time they will sneak a single though, as the ball's squirted away to cover point region. I suppose that is the right strategy, to just take a single and get Pravesh back in, because he is 32 from 27.
Well, it is the right strategy as long as you keep getting a single. If you're going to use up deliveries, I'm not so sure if it's the right strategy, because at this stage, they're doing really, really well. And you've got to take advantage of it, because a couple of tight overs from Kerala strikers now, and you could suddenly find yourself, instead of setting a target of about 170, 180, setting a target of about 155, 160. So when you've still got 8 wickets in the hut, you've got to go all guns blazing.
Something like that. Thrashed back. And is that going to be stopped? It is. A good fielding by the Kerala strikers. Almost ending in a run-out situation.
Can we have a huge applause, Hyderabad?
Pravesh slipped to the non-strikers end. But good fielding by Maddy at long on. Sprinted about 20 meters to his left. We'll take a look again. And although he may have overshot the ball just a bit, just check out that sprint. But he did very well to get body behind the ball. Kerala strikers, after missing, 4, 5, 6 opportunities already of catches in the field, have done better this time around. Maddy is a strong boy. Yeah, ladies, it's not always going to go your way.
Nicely cut off the back foot by Ajoy. Straight to the fielder. I think that's what Ajoy is going to do. He's going to try and look for a single, not be too adventurous in his stroke play.
Okay, after the last ball.
Yeah, because Pravesh is playing well enough at the other end, and you mentioned having 8 wickets in the hut. One of them is Aditya Oja. What's he doing in the hut if you're going to dead bat the ball? Drifting down leg. That's well down leg. Ambitious by Kodieri. The end of his second over, none for 21 after 11, 87 for 2.
87 for 2 after 11 overs.
How are you, Sunny?
But I'm not good, Sunny.
Huh?
Let's sing awards with today's name on. We're talking about this is over.
Things are really heating up here at the Lal Bahadur Stadium in Hyderabad as the Bhojpuri Dabanggs take on the Kerala Strikers, and I have with me Lissy Priyadarshan, who is the owner of the Kerala Strikers. Of course, a great start to the Celebrity Cricket League itself in Kochi with a fantastic response. A lot has to do that with you.
Yeah, sure. See, Kochi is the Kochi Stadium. After that Kochi match, they took CCL to a different level. Actually, nobody has seen that kind of crowd and applause, and they cheered even the Bombay team. Like whoever was playing well, they were cheering, and they were in a different trip altogether.
Oh my God, what have we got there? Another wicket by the Kerala Strikers. Of course, you must be on top of the moon with that. Oh! Yeah, that's a 6. Disappointing. disappointed Lissy we have here, but of course,
It happens in cricket, so it's okay.
but I have to say, you mentioned the great response in Kochi, but that was also a result of some fantastic cricket that we saw there from all the teams, And the Kerala Strikers on their very first outing beat the Mumbai Heroes, which was, I'm sure, a great boost for the team itself.
See, don't think the match is over yet. Cricket is something you can never predict till the last ball, so.
Or till the fat lady sings, as they say.
No, whatever it is. So we also have a good, this is a batting pitch, so we knew that, runs are going to come, so we wanted to curve. They have a good batting line, Bhojpuri, so we knew that, and that's why we, send them for batting first. But then we also have a good line of batsmen coming, and I'm sure we can chase them out.
Well, I'm sure that could happen, and we're looking forward to a great cricket match here. Thank you so much for talking to us, Lizzie. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And it's back to you guys.
Thank you, Archana. That's been smashed away on the back foot, a little bit of misfield, and a good recovery. You've got to say that's a good recovery.
Well, made it difficult for himself. Wasn't a particularly difficult bit of fielding, but the ball did slip away. The outfield's got a few bumps on it.
Cricket after all, and this is
Just
the
to
big
be fair
one.
to the fielders,
Celebrity Cricket
but he
League
did well
powered
eventually
by
enough. We'll take a look at that.
2020.
Did get away, and then a nice dive behind him to stop the ball inches away from the boundary.
I have to say, Charu, that I have noticed a little bias from you towards the Kerala Strikers.
Really?
There is a little bias from you towards the Kerala Strikers. You're a little bit more lenient towards them.
Well, I shouldn't be so transparent. Well,
Could it possibly be because I know a really good friend of yours is the coach of the Kerala Strikers?
Well, he's a good friend, yes. But I try so hard to be unbiased, to be just. But I think I've been caught out.
We all have our little soft corner, so I grant you that.
Now, one of the reasons I do go for them is because they're perennial underdogs. They certainly were last year. They've got a much better team this time around. Goes to the same area, same fielder. Santosh! Dives to his left. Well done. They still take two.
But I think he was defeated by the spin of the ball this time round. Happens to the best of him. And that's where the ball suddenly turns. A good recovery and a good effort.
Well, I'm sure he'd be quite happy not to start recovering all the time, but...
Is this ball going to go to him again?
No. Goes the other... Oh! A clever shot. Paddles it back. Fine like enough time to come in and make sure there's only one this time. Still, 11 off the over already. That big six earlier on while Archana was chatting with Lissy. Very well caught, I think by Maddie it was, but he trod on that boundary line and therefore went for six. But the only catch that did take the Kerala Strikers, sadly, proved to be a six as well. Hard and high. Is this going to be taken? Oh, that's again a six. Goes just over Maddie. Good end to that over for the Bhojpuri Dabanggs. 12 gone, 17 from it. 104 for 2.
After 12 overs, what a start! What an innings! CCL की शान भोजपुरी दबंग्स लपेटा बांध के फेंका पंजा CCL के शान झारखंड यूपी बिहार की लगी है तेरे पीछे जान यूपी के भैया.
So Ajoy with one big six is at 13 from 10, and Pravesh Lal Yadav carrying on the good work, 39 from 31. The skipper Manoj Tiwari going for a reasonably quick 17, and then Uday Tiwari playing a fantastic knock earlier on. Well, I wouldn't say fantastic, but a very good hand, 27 from only 16. He didn't waste time. There's Nirwa still to come, Dinesh Lal Yadav, Vikrant, Ayaz Khan Sushil. A fair amount of batting still to come for the Bhojpuri Dabanggs, which is not good news for the Kerala strikers as they well now looks like a bowling change. Yeah, we've got Somesh back on from the hill end, as they call it. 17 runs from that previous over, and that has ensured that the Bhojpuri Dabanggs run rate has leapt up to 8.67. If they go anywhere at this rate, we're looking at 200 here, Rohan.
It is looking like it's going to be a big total, a mammoth total. Especially when you consider Oja's yet to come. He was the star of the innings for them in the first game.
You know, strangely, Rohan, Oja has been listed at number 10, which would be unbelievable. Manoj, what were you thinking when you sent that list in? But I suppose that's only a list and he'll come a lot quicker.
I'd be surprised if he doesn't walk in at the fall of this wicket.
Yeah, as you made the point earlier, to keep the pressure on. Mohanlal seems to be in reasonably good spirit, but I'm sure on behalf of his team he will be hurting because they made a winning start last week in Kochi. I'd like to keep continuing that. Oh, well done. Another slow one. He does bowl those very cleverly, does Somesh. And it has gone upstairs.
Well, that's a fantastic delivery he has in his locker. The loopy slower one. I think we are right behind the pitch, so it's not easy to get a side view or take a decision on a line call. But I have a feeling he should be safe because I didn't see his back foot really
drag out of the crease. Yeah, 1 and 2, of course, Kerala not exactly celebrating. I'm sure Rajiv Pillai knows that even though it was a smart stumping, it might not be an effective one. Yeah, we are again. This will give us some sort of an idea. The back foot does drag out and then goes right back in. And when the bails come off, he is way in. So let's get on with this, shall we? Okay, so that really should be a very clear case of not out. And you can't blame the umpire for just being a little safe and going upstairs to the third umpire, just to make sure there was nothing untoward there. Rajiv Pillai, well done, but no reward.
Well, I've got to say that's how it should be. The umpire needs to go to the third umpire for all line decisions, because if you look at that stumping of Uday Tiwari, technically he was not out, and it seemed for all money that he was out by a mile, but on a technicality he was not out. So I think it should be made mandatory for line decisions. You just go to the third umpire. When the technology is there, you might as well make the most of it.
You're right. Somesh bowling another one of his specials. A loopy, slower one. And coming off a decent medium pace run, it does tend to trick the batsman as it did here. Pravesh has been there for a long time now. Over an hour, and yet he's unable to read that slower one. Once again, missing it completely. Says Somesh. Good comeback by the Kerala strikers. 3 balls this over, only 1 run.
Mixing his pace up very, very well. 2 slower deliveries and then hitting the deck. A little bit of pressure building up. Will we see a big shot coming in these last 2 deliveries? Something that might lead to a dismissal.
Or at least another opportunity, skying the ball. Not that Kerala strikers have taken their catches. How well done was that? Again, Pravesh Lal Yadav shaping up for a big one. And the ball just refused to arrive.
This is good cricket. Ajoy coming up to have a word with Pravesh and saying, listen, there's 1 delivery left. Don't do anything rash. Just get this over out of the way. And we've still got another 42 deliveries to make the most of.
Well, they will take a single, I think, off that last delivery. So a very good one for the Kerala strikers. Only 2 runs off that Somesh over. 13 gone, 106 for 2.
एंड ऑफ ए वेरी गुड ओवर 13 ओवर्स के बाद भोजपुरी दबंग्स का स्कोर है 105 रन 2 विकेट के नुकसान पर.
Open to continue. Final over of his spell. He's bowled 3 already, gone for 26.
No, finish.
Well, I think the Bhojpuri Dabanggs need to try and get as many as they can in this over, get the momentum back on their side.
However difficult the bowling may be, and it's not easy to get Gopan away, although he gave plenty of runs in his previous over. But just the point you've been making, so many wickets still in the stable, in the dugout, particularly Oja. What are they waiting for? This one kept low. With the kind of start they had, they went up to almost 9 and over, and still, of course, is not bad. The run rate of the Dabangs at 8.03. Just a reminder that we've got a contest going on facebook.com/CCL. Who's going to be the man of the match? Gopan, Pillai, Tiwari or Oja? Make your pick.
No, money.
Nicely crashed into the covers off the back foot. So Godrej Aeon, one of the main sponsors of the league. They are the Green Appliances partner. Started an initiative called the 1 Watt Project, pledging to save some watts. Big slog sweep. That is huge! Pravesh Lal Yadav. He's done that before and he does it again. How well did he catch it?
And still going strong.
That was a massive hit. Straight from the middle of the bat. And as soon as he hit it, he knew it was out of here. Boom! Look at him admiring his shot, and they are happy too.
Well, I tell you, the Bhojpuri Dabanggs dugout knows how to celebrate, knows how to let all the emotions out.
Kerala, we have a problem.
And it's called Boom Chicka Wow Wow. Okay, Pravesh, well played. He's lived a little dangerously, given a few opportunities. Twice in a row to Gopan earlier on. But he's on 47, sitting on what will be a very, very important 50 for the Bhojpuri Dabanggs. Only their first season. They would have walked in here not quite knowing, here as in the Celebrity Cricket League Season 3, not quite knowing how to go about it. But in their opening match, what an incredible chase. Chasing down 185, and that too against the champions Chennai in their first ever match at Kochi. Terrific atmosphere there. That would have given them a lot of heart. Their morale would be high coming into this match. And after a quiet spell for the last over and a half or two, a big 6 to liven things up.
Another hit and a miss, and I actually don't mind that. I don't mind that. This is the stage of the innings where you've got to go. You're set. Don't think that 180 or 190 is a good score. Try and get to 200, 210. And if he targets Gopan, we know Gopan's in the last over, and we know Pratyush likes that slog sweep against the left armers.
14 gone, 114 for 2.
114 for 2. Bhojpuri Dabanggs.
What's the score? The Bhojpuri Dabanggs are 114 for 2, and I have to tell you that's a very strange place to be in the middle of the dugout, because on one side there is gloom where the Kerala strikers are, and then on the other side I have an ecstatic debut team, which is the Bhojpuri Dabanggs, doing fantastically well. And I have Rinku Ghosh with me here, who was born in Kerala, is Bengali, and is the face of the Bhojpuri Dabanggs. So really a global citizen here.
Yeah, truly. My father was transferred in Kerala. He's from Navy, so he was transferred when I was born there. And of course, I'm a Bengali by by my caste. And but my work got me to Bhojpuri industry, and my Bhojpuri industry has given me my name, my fame, my everything has been given to me is by my Bhojpuri industry. I'm glad to be a Bhojpuri face.
And since your team is doing well, it always feels better. But tell me, as somebody who's obviously seeing your fellow actors out there, as a girl, do you also want to go out there and play cricket?
Actually, very frankly, my father will be shocked to see me enjoying cricket so much. Because I'm seeing it live. So, but yes, I think I'm happy cheering them up. Yeah, but if I'm given a bat, I don't know how will I bat, but I'll definitely at least try to strike a couple of...
Come on, you'll be trying. You can try.
Because after all, we are Bhojpuri Dabanggs.
And your song is really catchy too. So before we let you go, can you sing like maybe the chorus for us?
No, please, no. I want my team to win. I don't want to get demoralized by me singing.
Okay, but I've seen you dancing, and I'm sure the viewers out there would like to see you dancing. So we'll have you dance when they play the Bhojpuri Dabanggs track.
Definitely. I think everybody will start dancing when the song is being played, because it's a terrific, very peppy and high energetic song. I said the moment we hear it, automatically we start doing sixes.
I can feel the energy and all the peppiness coming out of you. So we're gonna go. Well, it's back to you guys in the commentary box while we enjoy all the atmosphere right here at the ground. Is that the step?
So that's Bhojpuri Dabang is all about.
Reason to celebrate,
so
reason to
so
dance.
much.
That's
Thanks.
because Pravesh Lal Yadav's got a half century. A well-compiled 50 for the opening bat of just 43 deliveries, including 3 hits to the fence and 3 over the ropes. Ajoy now joins the party, and that's massive. 6 more over long on.
Look at the way she goes. 6-1.
Bhojpuri Dabanggs finally finding their groove, and a very concerned-looking camp as far as the Kerala strikers are concerned. That was a bomb chikawawa moment indeed, Ajay.
Absolutely, and that was struck with some power, just clobbered on the onside. A joy we saw in the last game as well. He can strike big, and this was really amazing. Just coming to the meat of the plate, and just see that reaction. They're all delighted. Boom, chika wawa shot, and they are celebrating, dancing to the tunes. It's a lovely, lovely atmosphere here in the middle.
You also look at the fact that the Bhojpuri Dabanggs seem to be having that kind of firepower in their batting lineup. Get those big scores on the board. Attempting the slow one there. The back of the hand. Ajoy, your namesake, picked that up pretty well.
Yeah, in fact, in the last game as well, Raman, I was very impressed with his batting. You know, he can really tong the ball hard. He can go hammer and tongs. And this is the stage, this is the time that's needed for Bhojpuri Dabanggs. Not to forget, Oja yet to come for them. Really won the match single-handedly in the last game he played, playing a cameo for his side.
Absolutely. This man's anchored the innings very well. Just get a single of that last delivery. Takes the score to 127 for 2.
What an over this has been. End of 15 overs, 127 for 2. Bhojpuri Dabanggs. A lot of excitement still to come.
So 5 overs left for here on for Bhojpuri Dabanggs. 127 for the loss of 2 wickets. Pravesh, well, he's played well. He's on 51. Ajoy his partner on 22, and this has been a decent partnership. 49 runs off the 33 deliveries between this pair. Just steadying the ship for Bhojpuri Dabanggs after a bright start they got early on.
You'll also have to say that the main bowler for the Kerala Strikers, Gopan, the left-arm spinner, was taken to task in his final over. In the end, 4 overs for 34, which means they picked him at around 8.5 and over. That's pretty handy when you're talking about the main restrictive bowler for the opposition.
It's going to be Tiwari now. It has been expensive so far. He's got to stem the flow of runs. Diving in the end, but he was in.
The single wasn't on at all. It was straight to the fielder, and I think Ajoy had backed up a little too much. India's #1 FM radio station, Radio City 91.1 FM. Radio partners, but that's a soft wicket. And the half-centurion departs. It's the end of Pravesh Lal Yadav's stay at the crease. And Tiwari gets the wicket. But really, the applause well deserved for Pravesh for the way he's played.
Yes, he really played well, Pravesh. This was a very good innings from him. Getting a half-century, 51 for him. 127 for 3.
Strong, big wicket there. And what an innings. Yadav out for 51.
Aditya Ojha, he's the new man in. Got a flamboyant 86 in the previous game and literally single-handedly won them the match from a seemingly impossible position. And this is the reason why he's here. Because Pravesh Lal Yadav just got it on the top edge of the bat on the previous delivery. Dully of a catch for the short third fielder.
Yes, and finally, Tiwari striking as well. Well, this is going to be the danger man. Aditya Ojha played a cameo in the last game. And 86, mentioning about that, he was unbeaten as well. And one thing is certain, he can strike the ball hard. At the moment, just opening his account with this single.
You got to remember that 86 was made with a strike rate of 215. So that just puts things into perspective. That it's not just about hitting the ball long, but actually scoring at a very brisk clip. Almost 2 runs per ball and above. But Ajoy, he can hit the ball a long way as well. Going to be runs, at least a couple. Well fielded. But 2 to end the over. It's 130 for 3.
A lot of excitement in the field here for the strikers. What a finish. 16 overs, 130 for 3. Last 4 overs of the innings.
Madan Mohan's being brought back into the attack, and this is what the batting card for the Bhojpuri Dabanggs looks like. Tiwari getting 38 of 19, 40 for that, but very handy partnership is what we've seen between these two batters. Previous partnership was worth 49. Far wide outside the off stump.
Yeah, absolutely, really stunning. And at the moment, the cricketer as well. That's a very good delivery, good keeping as well. Just right in the block hole. Maddie, the nickname. Well, he can, Madan Mohan can really deliver for his team. And he's done a very good job. He's already picked up 1 wicket, conceding just 11 runs. Bowling it third over. At the moment, well, the danger man is on strike, Oja.
Well, they've already had partnerships. That's the graph we were showing you earlier. What's been the highlight of the Bhojpuri Dabanggs innings? They've managed to string together partnerships, whether it was the opening wicket stand worth 48 odd or the previous one worth 49 runs. And that's what's helped them get to that 130 for 3. And Ajay, from here on, it does seem that they look good for about 160, maybe more if Oja breaks free.
They're not timing it too well, wanting a single refused by his partner. Direct hit, many a times we have seen, can be very tricky. But the last few overs, one has to say, Kerala strikers just pegging back in this game. They have done a good job. They picked that important wicket of Pravesh, who's out for 51 of just 46 deliveries. At 160, I feel Kerala strikers should be pretty happy. As far as Bhojpuri Dabanggs go, they would be realizing they had a chance at one stage of even 180, 190, the way Pravesh was going at one stage.
Asking for a runner here. Ajoy has asked for a runner who's now come out and is at the non-striker's end, and that is... let's find out who's come out as the runner for Ajoy in a bit. A sound there, definitely a sound, but that was the sound of the bat hitting the ground, not the ball taking the outside edge.
Kerala strikers are striking back. What
ball with a
fantastic
scrambled
comeback this is
seam,
by the team.
and just outside the line of the stumps there, no bat in it.
But that was an optimistic appeal by Madan Mohan, but very good delivery, as you rightly mentioned. Big stride forward as well from Madan Mohan, going for the drive.
It's been a good over so far, just a single of 5 deliveries. And remember, you're bowling in the death overs at the moment, so the pressure's on you, and I think he's done very well as Madan Mohan.
Yes, one has to also compliment the captain, Indrajit, bringing him on at this stage, because at the earlier overs he was a touch expensive. Just mentioning there is a runner for Joy, who's batting on 24, just having a word with the umpire.
Some movement just behind the bowler's arm near the side screen. That seems to be distracting Ajoy. He's batting on 24 of just 16 deliveries, including 2 huge sixes. That's well bowled indeed. Cramping him for room, and just one off the over, it's 131 for 3.
What a fantastic over. Kerala strikers striking back. 131 for 3 after 17. Let's just save your words. Get a chance to win a pass to the CCL after Pauly.
15 seconds.
SMS what? Space your name, space number of balls pledged, and send it to 56070. Pledge now. Powered by Voltage Eon.
The Bhojpuri Dabanggs, 131 for 3. And you know, it really helps to be near the Kerala strikers dugout, because I have just learnt that very fondly they call Mr. Mohanlal sir Lal Etta. So I'm going to call you that, Lal Etta. It's so nice to have you here. Superstar, of course, 31 years being part of the industry, and you're here. You know, it's great to have you here, all your support. Tell us what you think about the Celebrity Cricket League and its association with film, cricket.
Yeah, it's become a great thing in the country, CCL, and we are also playing for the second time. But this time, the first match we won, it was a tough match. Same thing happening here also. Bhojpuri team is also a very good team. It is more than the cricket. It's a great congress of artists, and we started bowling, and now it is 131 for 3. It's a very good score. I think we can. The match will get over by 150. We should get the.
We already have a prediction here, but sir, I have to ask you, the last match you played, this match you're not playing. So are you feeling like you want to go out there and actually help your team right now?
No, not like that. Maybe next match I'll play. Everybody should play. We have a lot of good players are with us, so it is like giving them a chance also. And this is what you can go.
Another chance out there, could have been an out.
So it is that is the reason, and we have very good players, so let them play.
So you know, the Celebrity Cricket League of course kicked off in Kochi. You know, that's your mecca. I mean, everybody adores you there. So tell us, you know, it was such a great response. So of course you had a lot to do with it. We know that there are more chars of all your fans who come out there to actually watch you play. And you know, how is it that Kochi managed to get so much?
Lights watching this match, and of course they are supporting us. Everywhere we have a very good crowd to support us, and we think we will win the match.
Okay, all right. So there we have a prediction. The Kerala strikers and Mr. Mohanlal actually saying that they're going to go out there to win. So you have something to watch out for. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Archana, and that was the superstar Mohanlal.
തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും don't worry, നമ്മൾ ജയിക്കാൻ പോവാണ്, and we are fighting, and നമ്മൾ അവരുമായിട്ട് നന്നായിട്ട് fight ചെയ്തിട്ട് we will win. Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay, thank you, sir. And it's back to you guys in the commentary box.
So 137 on the board, and really you'll have to say that Tiwari is bowling very sensibly here, barring that one delivery that went down leg. Oh, that's streaky from Ajoy. He'll get a single off the inside edge. I think the line that the Kerala strikers bowlers have kept today has been very sensible, Ajay. When the ball was new and you know, the fielding restrictions were on, they were bowling outside the line of the off stump, keeping it a little away from the batsman, making them reach out to the delivery. Now with the slog overs on, they're trying to cramp them for room by pretty much firing the ball in, trying to get it around the block hole line and not give them room to free their arms.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what they're doing is he's just bowling wicket to wicket, which is not a bad ploy. Now, it always makes life difficult for the batsman, because many a times you have to go against the line of the ball. That's played well. That's whacked on the front foot. What a strike!
One of the biggest hit today.
This is tremendous.
What a super shot. 6 runs.
There's a bomb chickawawa moment there. This was the best strike of the day, I have to say. Using his feet to get to the pitch of the ball, and look at the bat swing and follow through as he gets the ball to clear the boundary rope. Yes, that's reason to celebrate for the Bhojpuri Dabanggs camp. They really can hit the ball a long way, some of their batters. It's a cracking shot from Oja. Aditya Oja, remember, did this in the opening match as well for the Bhojpuri Dabanggs on day 1 of the CCL.
Once again down the track, that should have been a stumping there. Luck favouring the brave on that occasion by the call from the umpire. He was down the track once again, going for that big hit down the ground.
Smart bowling by the bowler, Tiwari. Saw the batter using his feet, fired it outside the line of the off stump. Well, a wide call, that's okay, but a chance of wicket being picked up, being missed by the wicket keeper.
Just to be fair to him, he's kept well so far, Pillai. He's already taken a catch, a stumping as well. That's played well. In the gap, that's racing away to the fence. It's a boundary to end the over. 149 for 3.
भोजपुरिया दबंग जब भरेला उमंग भोजपुरिया दबंग जब भरेला उमंग भोजपुरिया दबंग जब भरेला उमंग जब मरी है उमंग रही जाई सब दंग दबंग 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 End of 18 overs, 149 for 3. Bhojpuri Dabanggs, last 2 overs of their innings.
Radio City 91.1.
18 runs of that previous over from Tiwari, who's bowled out his quota of 4. 1 for 41, so he's gone at over 10 runs per over. That's the quick look at the skyscrapers that the Bhojpuri Dabanggs have managed to build through the 18 overs of this innings. They're just flashing his blade at it, no real movement of the feet. Try and get to the pitch of the ball. But with that previous over of 18, I think they've got a chance now of probably targeting about a 168, 170 from here on, the Bhojpuri Dabanggs, if they get their act together.
Yeah, absolutely, and they got two very good strikers at the crease in the form of Oja and Ajoy. Of course, Oja on strike is looking good so far. Once again, going for the hoik, the ball not going in the direction where it was intended. Still managing a single on that one. This is good bowling, good stuff from Madan Mohan. Even his last over, Aman was very impressive. And if you see his figures, 4th over in progress for him, just conceding 13 runs, 1 wicket. With that single, the 150 up as well for Bhojpuri Dabanggs.
Yes, it's important to see the kind of length that he's bowled. Hasn't really pitched it up to the batsman to allow them to hit through the line. Again, the other thing, of course, is that he's just kept them reaching out to that delivery more often than not. The reason why he's been kept for the death overs by the captain, Indrajit, who's leading the side for this match today for the Kerala strikers. Oh, look at that. How far across did he go? Got to take a look at that one again. And he actually telegraphed the move to the bowler to let him know exactly what he wanted to do. Just because the fine leg fielder was up inside the 30-yard circle, and that's where he wanted to play it.
Yeah, absolutely. And he was playing a few mind games with the bowler. But the credit of Madan Mohan, he wasn't phased out because he was bowling his line where he intended to bowl. And in the end, a very valuable dot ball here for Kerala strikers. He's trying to improvise, try a few things at the crease. That's a very good stuff once again in the block hole. Good fielding. Just getting his hand to it.
I think that was a great effort there from Santosh, it was. Santosh Sliba. Topping a sure shot boundary there. And I tell you what, talking about improvisation, all the improvisation that Ajoy was doing, that unintended French cut, lemon cut, whatever you choose to call it, would have yielded maximum returns.
Yeah, runs in any way really count here for Bhojpuri Dabanggs. Down the track this time, once again streaky, not very convincing. Just managing a single. This is very good bowling. Bowling right up there. The Yorker deliveries are never easy for the batsmen to get them away.
Yes, and that's the reason I got to give credit to Madan Mohan. The areas in which he's bowled today, 12 dot deliveries worth their weight in gold in a T20 match, especially against a batting lineup like that of the Bhojpuri Dabanggs, especially towards the death overs when you've got the two big hitters out there in the middle. Well bowled again. They won't mind the single. Will they come back for 2? No, they won't. Settle for 1, which means Aditya will retain the strike. It's 154 for 3.
End of 19 overs, 154 for 3, Bhojpuri Dabanggs. Last over coming out for Bhojpuri Dabanggs. to save your watts. Get a chance to win a pass to the CCL after party. All you have to do is send an SMS. Take out your mobile phones and type what? Space name, space number of watts, pledge, and send it to 56070. Lucky winners will win passes for the CCL after party. Powered by Godrej Eon.
Brilliant half century by Pravesh. Lal Yadav scoring 51 at the moment. A joy and Oja at the crease. Oja, of course, 33 of just 23 deliveries for him. And Oja on 13 of 14 deliveries still to follow. Lal Yadav, Vikrant, Ayaz Khan, Sushil, Jesh and Yadav. But the big question now, the last over coming up. How many runs can Bhojpuri Dabanggs muster from here on? To bowl the last over, it's going to be Sumesh from the pavilion end. And on strike, as Raman was mentioning, is going to be Oja.
I, for one, feel this is a better wicket to bat on first up. Skyer there. Nobody getting under it. They're running for the second. This could be a run out here. Yes, it is. Oh, there wasn't a second run in it at all. The runner wanted to refuse Aditya, who wanted the strike. But that means that Ajoy will have to walk back to the dugout, and he is not happy.
Yeah, it was looking good. Ajoy, he batted well. But now he's got to go back to the pavilion in the last over. Out for 33, 155 for 4.
Wicket, and look at the time it has come for the Kerala strikers. They strike back. Fourth wicket down, 155 for 4. Last 5 balls of the innings.
Taking it on the full, and that's going to be more runs here. A boundary from Aditya Oja. That was a very loose delivery indeed, and very easy pickings towards mid-wicket for Aditya, and more strokes like this are required by the Bhojpuri Dabanggs. Bomb chika wow moment there for the Bhojpuri Dabanggs.
Yeah, absolutely, and that was struck fearlessly by Oja. That was the reason he wanted to be on strike, and that was picked to nicety. The placement was important. And just see the reaction from the brand ambassadors. They are dancing to the tunes at the moment. 159 4 deliveries left from here on. More protection now added on the onside. There's a man going at deep mid-wicket as well.
I think they're also switching fielders from extra cover towards deep mid-wicket. So they want a quicker mover in the outfield in that region. That's well bowled. Saw the batsman coming down the pitch, banged it in short. It's really telegraphing your thought process to the bowler well ahead of time.
Yes, I think this is the right line you have to bowl in the last over. Because if you see Oja, he's targeting the onside. So this is, I think, the right ploy from Sumesh. Exactly what he's got to focus on. Much better, but very nicely played. Equally nicely fielded at point, never easy. That ball was travelling.
So there was good cricket all around. Improvising, looking at the gap around backward point. That's what Aditya Oja was targeting. But 160 for 4, 2 deliveries remaining.
2 balls of the innings.
He's not trying to bowl very quick as Sumesh. just around that 117, 115 kilometers per hour range. So the pace in the shot has to be generated by the batsman. And on a pitch like this where the ball tends to keep low, if you're not bowling quick or banging it in with a lot of shoulder, it makes life even more difficult for the batsman. That's wayward. Very wayward indeed, but that's very clever thinking. In fact, they could get overthrows here. Oh dear. So they've got two, but I think the purpose was defeated because I think Aditya Ojha wanted the strike, which is why he ran for that non-existent single.
Yes, but one has to give credit to Ojha because this was sharp thinking. This was a wide, but just see, he was out of the crease and the striker wasn't aware of that. Shying at the stumps, resulting in the second run as well. High up in the air, man coming underneath, and that's taken. So another wicket falling, doesn't matter at this stage. But Sumesh picking his first wicket of this game.
Strike one more time.
That's another wicket going down, but they had to throw their bat at everything. It's 163 for 5 now.
.163 for 5. Here's the last ball of the innings for Bhojpuri Dabanggs.
Last ball, and they get a boundary of it. Well struck
What
by Aditya Ojha.
To finish the
And the
innings,
Bhojpuri
finishing on the
Dabanggs wrap
boundary.
up the innings at
4 runs in
167 for
innings,
5.
167
Bum Chikawawa
for 5
moment there
after
of
20
the
overs.
last delivery as well.
Bhojpuri
As Ojha
Dabanggs.
walks back to the dugout, unbeaten on 23 of just 19 deliveries. I think this is a competitive score, Ajay, that the Bhojpuri Dabanggs have posted on the scoreboard.
Yeah, absolutely. And just see the last delivery and nicely flashed by Ojha. That's his area of strength. Picking the gap beautifully on that occasion. And once again remaining unbeaten. Having a strike rate of 121.1. He's once again done the job for his team. And in the end, Bhojpuri Dabanggs managing 167 for the loss of 5 wickets in the allotted 20 overs. So the run rate 8.35. And well, this has been a good performance by Dabanggs once again with the bat.
No dearth of glamour and excitement at the Kalyan Jewellers Celebrity Cricket League Season 3, powered by Pauly 2020 Cookies. Bhojpuri Dabanggs, look at their batting card. 51 for their opener Pravesh Lal Yadav of just 46. And then handy contribution of 33 from Ajoy, 27 from Uday Tiwari, and an unbeaten 23 from Aditya Ojha, powering them to 167 for 5. 16 extras. They would hurt the Kerala striker bowlers.
Yeah, really, the pick of the bowlers for me was Madan Mohan. Very impressive. 4 overs, 17 runs, 1 wicket for him. In fact, 4 bowlers picking a wicket apiece. Madan Mohan, Supesh, Gopan and Kodiyari. But the most impressive, Madan Mohan. Money couldn't in the beginning, a bit expensive. His economy 9.50. And so was Saliba, the left-arm spinner, going at 8.50 in the first few overs.
Target now is 168 for the Kerala strikers to get when they come out to bat in just a bit. The asking rate will be 8.40 runs
Thanks
per
so much for staying with us. You are watching Kalyan Jewellers presents the Celebrity Cricket League powered by Pauly 2020 Cookies, and the Bhojpuri Dabanggs have made 167. और मेरे साथ मौजूद है मनोज तिवारी, superstar, captain. What do you think? Good score?
It is good score.
Yeah, happy?
And मुझे लगता है कि it is hard to achieve. for Kerala strikers.
अब you'll have to bowl well, bowl in the right areas. आपके bowlers कौन हैं?
अभी तो शुरू हम ही करेंगे.
अच्छा, okay. भोजपुरी दबंग अपनी टीम के लिए.
Yeah, basically I'm bowler. I open for my team, but I'm not a batsman. Basically I'm bowler. Then I have to take 2-3 wickets in opening and then.
तो और game plan already set in all. आपको मालूम है कौन सा batsman, which area, all that is set?
नहीं, हम लोगों ने थोड़ा सा ये we studied Kerala strikers, how they are batting.
तो मुझे भी कुछ secrets बताओ ना. What have you learned from the Kerala strikers?
I think they are not hard hitters.
Okay.
But they are steady players. And 167, it is good a score for Kerala strikers.
Okay.
I mean, they are in pressure. I know.
Okay.
And we will take advantage of this.
ठीक है, you are absolutely right. Competitive total तो है ये. हम थोड़ा और बातचीत करेंगे, लेकिन let's go down to the lovely lady Archana because we're all set for the Carbon Kamal catch. Archana, it's over to you.
और उसके साथ निरहुआ है.
Thanks, Mayanti. Indeed, it is time for the Carbon Kamal catch और हमारे साथ है दिनेश यादव या निरुआ, as he's very very fondly known. तो चलिए अभी तो obviously जो भोजपुरी दबंग है एकदम धमाल मचा दी है उन लोगों ने. तो ये 3 जो लड़के हमारे सामने, इनके लिए भी थोड़ा सा धमाल हो जाए.
बिल्कुल हो जाए. और मुझे लगता है कि जिस तरह से इन लोगों ने देखा है दबंग को खेलते हुए, तो कुछ तो दबंगई इनके अंदर भी आ ही गई होगी. तो मैं उम्मीद रखता हूं कि ये लोग ये कार्बन कमाल कैच जो है पकड़ करके और इनाम के हकदार बने.
चलिए तो कुछ धमाल हो जाए अभी. Are you ready, guys? Okay, here we go. Woo! Well done. And now for the second guy. Is he going to get this? Oh, अरे सभी दबंग हैं यहाँ पर. And for the final one, the pressure's on, okay? अरे वाह, सब दबंग हो गए भोजपुरी दबंग्स की परफॉर्मेंस के बाद. तो हमारे एक जन को चुनना पड़ेगा जिनका सबसे धमाकेदार और कमाल का कैच था. तो आप बोलिए.
लगता है कि वो जो तीसरा कैच था वो धमाकेदार था, थोड़ा कठिन था.
तो चलिए हम उनको बुला ही देते हैं यहाँ पर. जो विनर है तो ये हमारे विनर है. एंड वेल डन टू द बोथ ऑफ यू. So ये था हमारा Carbon Kamal catch moment, and as you can see smiling faces here. It's back to you, Mayanti.
Thank you so much, Archana. आपके वाइस कैप्टन से भी हम काम करवा रहे हैं.
Thank you.
Mid-innings, he also doesn't get a rest.
And he is good. वो अच्छा काम करता है.
Absolutely. ये नाम भोजपुरी दबंग्स किसने सोचा?
ये नाम तो मुझे लगता है ये सोहेल खान भाई ने सोचा
अच्छा.
होगा, या तो सलमान भाई ने अपना नाम दे दिया. बिकॉज ये है तो पहले हम लोग अपने बिहार यूपी में ऐसा जो बहुत पावरफुल होता था ना, बोलते भाई वो दबंग है भाई, वो बहुत दबंग है लोग.
दबंग तो दिखा दिया आपने. पहला ओपनिंग गेम, ओपनिंग season you won, and now you've put up a very very good score. So there's lots to talk about over here in the CCL. Before that, we'll take another quick breather, but make sure you stay with us because we have got so much action coming up on the other side. Thanks for staying with us. So Kerala strikers need 168 to win because the Bhojpuri Dabanggs have made 167. कप्तान मनोज तिवारी हमारे साथ है. अगर आपकी टीम तो बाहर already is on the field, आप क्या बोलना चाहते हैं आपकी टीम से?
I think they are ready and they are waiting for me.
लेकिन आप तो हमारे स्टूडियो में हैं.
बस हम आपके यहाँ हैं क्योंकि
आपके फैंस भी देख रहे हैं.
जी, सभी लोग देख रहे हैं और सबकी दुआओं के साथ मैं ग्राउंड में जाना चाहता हूँ because empires are in.
Okay.
And we have to.
Absolutely, Manoj ji, thank you so much हमारे साथ बातचीत करने के लिए.
It's the Bhojpuri Dabanggs who've posted the score on the board after being put into bat. 167 is what they got, and the target now for the Kerala strikers is a challenging 168 here in Hyderabad. And in the commentary box, I'm Raman Banot. With me is Ajay Mehra.
Thanks a lot, Raman. So this is going to be a very interesting run chase as far as Kerala strikers are concerned. Manoj Tiwari, the captain, he's got the ball in his hand. The first ball of the Kerala strikers innings coming up. And Manoj Tiwari, he's on the button there. Good start for him. It's a rare ability one can see from him. He opens the batting, opens the bowling, can do everything. A very good leader as well.
And of course the team owner, don't have to forget. So all in one, that's Manoj Tiwari for you. The owner and captain of the Bhojpuri Dabanggs, bowling from the pavilion end. You compare their bowling attack. Oh, this could be a chance here. No. Well over the head of the fielder at mid-off. That's four.
One bounce into the boundary
moment
fence,
there
4 runs.
as Pauly gets the Kerala strikers off the blocks with the boundary.
Yeah, he's a good striker, and that's the reason he's up the order. Bumchika Wawa shot from Pauly straight away. The second delivery he faced in this innings down the ground, the safest area to hit, and nicely coming from the middle of the bat as well.
That's what I was about to say, that when you compare the batting and bowling for the Bhojpuri Dabanggs, you'll have to say that the batting seems to be a lot stronger. Of course, the Bumchika Wawa moment is what we had with that boundary struck from Pauly earlier. Swing and a miss there. Good angle on that delivery from Tiwari. Over the wicket, just angling it across the left-hander.
And straight away you see he's amended his line here. He realizes that Pauly is a good striker. He's hit him for a boundary. Now just changing his line, his direction. The ball just moving away from the left-hander.
It's closer to the stump, so that's good bowling. Keeping the batsman guessing. The earlier one was actually angled away. This one was pretty much in line with the stumps. And it's also the length, just about 3/4 and thereabouts. You can't afford to pitch it up, especially at a pace at which Manoj Tiwari is bowling. You pitch it up, it'll become really easy for the batsman to hit through the line.
Laid in the air, man coming underneath. That should be taken. That should be taken, and that is taken. So Tiwari is striking early. He is delighted, and so are the teammates.
What a wicket!
That's a big wicket. The wicket of Pauly, who just struck a boundary in this over. Walking back to the pavilion.
Good catch taken by Uday.
बिहार यूपी झारखंड की झारखंड यूपी बिहार की लगी है तेरे पीछे जान रेल बेटा बांध के बेटा बन जा सीसीएल के साथ झारखंड यूपी बिहार की लगी है तेरे पीछे जान
Chalo, let's get a main batsman. Let's get Rajiv, boys. Rajiv's tired. Let's get him back. Chalo. Keep the pressure on, boys.
There could be another wicket here. There's another skyer. And oh, that's been put down. Oh, I tell you what, that was a good attempt by Uday Tiwari. Having got to the ball, he should have taken it. The first over comes to an end, and it's 5 for 1.
Oh yes, maybe not, and it is all happening here in Hyderabad. Bhojpuri Dabanggs versus Kerala Strikers. Five runs, 1 wicket, first over, and excitement is on.
Kerala strikers requiring 168 to win. Not the best of starts for them, losing the wicket of Pauly very early in the first over, out for 4. Pillai is on 1. He's going to be the key man here for Kerala strikers. It's going to be Vikrant from the hill end, and this is a good start for him. Just getting that carry as well of the very first delivery is bowled.
Yes, and Rajiv Pillai is going to be a little circumspect because he survived a very close call in the previous over, the last ball of the previous over. Skaya put down by Uday Tiwari.
Well, mentioning about Godrej on, it is the Green Appliances partner for CCL Season 3, and Godrej makes the most energy efficient appliances. Their 1 watt project, a Godrej initiative supported by CCL Season 3, is an effort to create an awareness amongst people to save energy.
You can substitute things but not the environment. Reason why, oh, that's a cracking shot. There is a fielder back at deep point. In fact, the ball hung in the air for quite a bit, which is why the fielder probably had a thought he might be able to get to it. Pravesh Lal Yadav, the half-centurion from the Bhojpuri Dabanggs earlier innings. At 51 today, pretty handy knock.
Yes, and Raman, going for those catches is always a tricky proposition for the fielder. You know, the main thing in your mind is not to concede a boundary in the process. So that's the reason many a times just try and save that boundary. That's exactly what he did on that occasion. Vikrant Singh from the Hill Fort end.
Yes, he's sharing the new ball along with Manoj Tiwari. Now, with a left-hander on strike, that's Madan Mohan, who will now be taking strike for the very first time in this match. Came in at the fall of Pauly's wicket. Left-hander, pretty clean hitter of the cricket ball. And in fact had a fantastic spell while bowling as well, did Madan Mohan. Had enviable figures, not giving away too many, just about 17 odd of his 4 overs. Picked up a wicket as well. Didn't get too many in the previous match, but he'll be looking to make amends in this innings.
Yes, he's a handy customer. He can bat, he can bowl, and he rightly said his spell of 4 overs this afternoon was a special one. Really bowled his heart out, never easy bowling those death overs. The last few overs he was economical, picked up wickets as well. But at the moment his main focus will be to get runs for his side.
I tell you what, there's a little hold up in play because Madan Mohan's just gone on and doffed the cap. He's doffed the helmet and put on a cap, saying, is that a message to the bowler? You're not bowling fast enough?
I tell you, no bowler likes that, and especially a seamer.
We might just be getting a bit of chin music here.
Well, that's tricky, but that will count in the book. Getting a boundary.
That's a boundary for the strikers, the Kerala strikers.
Madan Mohan, but he's off the mark with the boundary, and he should be happy about that. Boom chika wawa moment.
There's a hint of movement off the seam as well for Vikrant. That's what induced the outside edge with the third man up. Well, streaky boundary. A bum chika wawa moment, of course, for the Kerala strikers. They need the runs at this point of time. And now, will they push the third man back? Vikrant seemingly wants that. And yes, finally, the third man being pushed outside the 30-yard circle, right at the boundary rope, which means they've been forced now to pull in the deep square fielder into the 30-yard circle. So a little more protection on the offside now. They've got 4 men on the on, all 4 inside the 30-yard circle. And 2 fielders who are allowed outside the ring of 30 yards on the offside at deep point and a third man.
Yes, I think with the new ball, always tends to do something, and especially now the lights are coming on in this beautiful stadium. So the ball will just deviate a bit. Just mentioning the lights are coming on in this beautiful stadium, Lal Bahadur Shastri Stadium in Hyderabad. Remember coming here, playing a lot of matches in a few tournaments in Hyderabad. Lovely settings, one has to say, for the game of cricket.
Yes, they could become better for the Kerala strikers if they're able to get off to a flyer here, because 168 is not going to be easy to chase down on a pitch like this, where the ball does have the tendency to keep a little low, especially the bowler's not packing in a lot of pace. Oh, is that a wicket? There it is! And a wicket here for Vikrant. Just reward for his effort, bowling right in the corridor. And Kerala strikers, their misery continues. They're 11 for 2.
झारखंड यूपी बिहार की लगी है तेरे पीछे जान बेटा बांध के बेटा बन जा सीसीएल के
Kerala strikers 11 for 2 after 2 overs.
That's the new man in at the crease, the captain for the Kerala strikers, Indrajit. These are the non-strikers, and remember, the over came to an end with the wicket falling of the last ball of the previous over. 11 for 2. The Kerala strikers in a spot of bother here. Need a partnership, Ajay, more importantly.
Yeah, you're right, surely. I think in a spot of bother, and the reason for that is losing 2 wickets very quickly. In the first 2 overs is going to be Manoj Tiwari now. He's looked very impressive, beaten there comprehensively. Try for the peel as well. Last wicket to fall was the wicket of Pillay, got by the wicket-keeper Sharma of the bowling of Vikrant. And there was a deviation, a clear deviation on that occasion. That's the reason the finger from Ashoka De Silva was up in a flash. He was convinced, and that's exactly what matters.
That's cleanly struck right off the meat of the blade. Fortunately, straight to the fielder. So the Kerala striker batsmen have got a few good hits in, but they haven't been able to place the ball in the gaps. But to the credit of the Bhojpuri Dabanggs bowlers, I think they've bowled a very good length, Ajay. It's not been too full, it's not been the drivable length, it's just short of drivable length. Kept the batsman reaching out. Good line as well, just outside the line of the off stump, making the batsman reach out at the delivery.
Yes, and in a nutshell, what you mean to say is, as a batsman, you have to force your way. You see the speeds here, very consistent from Manoj Tiwari. The first delivery 121, the last one as well 121. So he's bowling in that channel regularly. Not trying too many things, but the key thing there is the line and length, the accuracy he's going all about with.
So what seemed to be a slightly weaker link in the Bhojpuri Dabanggs team, the bowling after the first match seems to have been tightened up a whole lot. They've been in the corridor. I think their batting had the explosiveness. They leaked a few runs while bowling, but they've attended to that now. Round the wicket now.
One thing I can tell you, Raman, they're playing the first season of CCL and they look to be a very good side, Bhojpuri Dabanggs. They had that confidence by that victory in Kochi, in the way they played there. Of course, Oja, the star there, he was a shining star. Played a spectacular innings of 86 unbeaten. But now, they are just growing in confidence all the time.
Yes, for a team to come into this tournament for the very first time and in a high-scoring match, chasing a target of 188 odd down in the last over. I think, yes, they held their nerve brilliantly, showed what they can do with their batting. They've done the same again today with 167 on this pitch. I think it's a very competitive score.
That's again a very good delivery. End of a fine over, 12 for 2.
Good over, 1 over, lovely over.
Now what's on my plate? Blush or brush? The Kerala strikers 12 for 2, and a breath of fresh air has just walked into the ground in the form of the very talented Priya Mani. Priya, and you're wearing the CCL t-shirt, being very diplomatic as usual.
I have to be because I'm one of the ambassadors of CCL, so it is part of my duty to support all the teams.
I know you're saying that, but I'm going to put you in a spot right now. So, which language can you speak in, Priya?
Apart from Marathi and Bhojpuri, I can speak all the other languages.
So, Malayali, of course, is your mother tongue. So, can you say something for all our Malayali fans out there?
Ellarum Kerala supporters, Kerala strikers support Janam. Please, we want Kerala strikers to win.
So clearly, as you can see, she is supporting the Kerala strikers.
Because home is where the heart is, so... You know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But listen, it's the third season of the Celebrity Cricket League. Obviously, you've been associated with it right from the word go. It's amazing how the tournament as a whole has just grown, leaps and bounds.
Yes. I'm amazed that CCL has grown so big. And last time it was the Kerala strikers who were the new entrant. This time we have two new teams, the Bhojpuri Dabanggs and the Veer Marathis. So I won't be surprised if next year we have 2 or 3 more new teams joining in. It's just going to get bigger and better.
Absolutely. And we're seeing some fantastic cricket in terms of close contests. Both these teams that are playing are actually really good teams. And we could actually be in for a great match tonight. We had someone like Mohanlal say, we are going to beat them.
I'm just waiting for an exciting match. I mean, the very first, the game in Kochi, though Bhojpuri were they are a new team, but I never expected them to play.
Surprise, huh? A very, very good surprise.
Very surprised that they played well and they still are playing well in this match. So I'm just waiting for a good, exciting match.
Well, it is going to be interesting to see both the dugouts now. You'll see moments of ecstasy coming from the strikers or gloom, and we'll be seeing Priya out here cheering the loudest, right?
Yeah, whichever team strikes gold, I'll go there and support them.
Actually, you know what? That's a great way to be. Just go with when the going is good. You just follow that path.
Exactly.
Well, thanks, Priya. Thanks for talking to us. We will be seeing a lot more of you through the Celebrity Cricket League. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
And it's back to you guys.
Priya Mani, the brand ambassador for Celebrity Cricket League, again divided in her sympathy for different teams and her support for different teams, but 16 foot 2 Kerala strikers in a spot of bother. Good speeds being worked up by bowler. Vikrant's doing very well indeed. He's bowled in the right channel, in the right corridor, 1 for 10 in 1.4 overs for him.
Once again played beautifully in the gap as well. That should be a boundary. The second for Mohan in this over. Bowling a touch shot, wavered as well down the pad line. And those were easy pickings for someone like Madan Mohan.
Yes, too far wide down the leg side. A bum chicka wow moment there for the Kerala strikers with that boundary. Getting some momentum going in the innings.
Bom Chika Wawa moments are really special ones as well, and what a special shot from Madan Mohan.
He seems to be carrying the team on his shoulders at the moment. Good bowling spell, now on 14. No dearth of glamour in the Celebrity Cricket League.
That's played well in the gap. A long chase for the fielder. It's going to be, and just getting his foot to it, but really the ball just crossing the ropes. So the boundary to end the over, 24 for 2.
Kerala Strikers. Pledge to save your watts. Get a chance to win a pass to the CCL after party. All you have to do is send an SMS. SMS watts space your name, space number of watts. Please send it to 56070. Powered by Godrej Eon.
That's the match summary for you so far. 167 put up on the board by the Bhojpuri Dabanggs. Kerala Strikers now looking to be in a spot of ball. They're scoring at 6 and over at the moment.
Godrej Eon is the green appliances partner for CCL Season 3 and makes the most energy efficient appliances. And especially their 1 watt project is initiative supported by CCL Season 3 in an effort to create an awareness to conserve energy. But in the process, runs here.
There's a streaky shot there off the outside edge of the bat. But Indrajit going to get a couple of runs on that occasion towards wideish third man. Well, he wasn't in control of that shot at all, was reaching out for the delivery. Good fielding there by ours at the boundary rope.
Yes, absolutely, and saving those runs are very vital at this stage. Just getting his foot to it.
Yes, handy footwork and good team play there, because he had a fielder from backward point running towards the ball to pick it up and throw in the relay throw.
And one thing you can observe, Raman, is the intensity the fielders are showing on the field. So are the bowlers. Of course, Manoj Tiwari bowling his third over. He's done a great job. So has Vikrant. So they are complementing each other. But the fielders, they are showing their intensity. They are looking very committed on the field.
That's in the gap, and that's going to be runs here, at least a couple. That's much better there by Indrajit, in control, allowing the ball to come to the bat rather than reaching out for it. And remember, what's more creditable is the fact that it is a 6-3 field. They've got 6 fielders on the offside and only 3 on the on, which means that Manoj Tiwari will pretty much be bowling and outside the off-stump line. That makes it even more difficult for the batsman to thread the infield with 4 fielders in the ring on the off.
Once again, going for the run. Good understanding between this pair. This is so very important along the boundaries that they need to rotate the strike. The required run rate at the moment is over 9.
Well, when you got the stars, you need security. And there is no dearth of security here as well at the LB Stadium in Hyderabad. And talking about star power that the Celebrity Cricket League attracts, well, there's no dearth of it here at the stadium in both camps, whether it's the Kerala Strikers or the Bhojpuri Dabanggs. Mohanlal, the star attraction in the Kerala Strikers team, not playing and not captaining them today. It's Indrajit who's playing and captaining today. But there's Mohanlal, of course, he was there for the toss and there in the dugout as well. Legendary director Priyadarshan to his right.
Yes, also the team owner Priyadarshan. Really, this is cricket at its best. Both the camps are looking very focused in the middle, very eager to win.
Yes, it's been a keenly contested tournament so far, into its second weekend for Season 3. Paddy at the moment, he's looked most competent with the bat. 18 of just 14 deliveries, including 4 boundaries. Well, add another boundary to that. That's
Fine
clinically
shot
struck.
for
A boundary to
finish
end the
the
over. A
over.
bump chicka wawa moment.
In
It's
5
33 for
overs,
2.
33 for 2. Pledge to save your watts. Get a chance to win a pass to the CCL after party. All you have to do is send an SMS, type watt, W-A-T-T, space, your name, space, number of watts pledged, and send it to 56070. Pledge now. This exciting contest powered by Godregion.
So after 5 overs, it's 33 for 2, and the Kerala Strikers roller coaster gathering momentum. Time for a change in the commentary position. It's going to be the snazzy Rohan Gavaskar and the man with the gift of the gab, Charu Sharma.
Well, I've been called many things in my life before, but never snazzy. Never snazzy. Welcome, Charu.
Thanks, Ron. If I were you, I'd take snazzy.
No, I have. I mean, look, like I said, I've never been called snazzy, so it took me by a little bit of surprise. But I take it every day of the week and twice on Sundays.
Yeah, should I be so lucky? Let's see. Ayaz. Change from the hill end of the stadium. Called. But yeah, Rohan, they opted to chase the Kerala Strikers, and I'm afraid it hasn't started too well for them. Not only the loss of those two big wickets, the openers, but also the strike rate. Currently at, or the run rate, should we say, 6.58, well below what they require. And with the Dabanggs having scored at 8.35, it's going to be a tall order. They've got to keep it at maybe 7s or so every over, Kerala Strikers, to be able to have a shot at the end. Otherwise, it might all get too much. Maybe 11s and 12s as they go along per over, the requirement.
Well, they've got to try and keep it to single digits. Try and make sure it doesn't go to even 10. Because we've seen so often that once it reaches the 10 mark, it just seems to accelerate a lot quicker. 10 to 11 to 12. And you don't want that as a team.
Well, he's the man, Maddie. Not only playing very well, 22 from 15. He's their go-to cricketer. Fielded very well today. Took a catch on the boundary, but unfortunately trod on the boundary line. And otherwise, just a very strong, powerful individual. The consistent speeds around 116 for Ayaz, who bowled very well for the Bhojpuri Dabanggs in their opening match. Gave, I think, only 18 runs, 19 from his 4, and took a wicket too, and was well, picked up one of the match trophies. The one thing that the Kerala Strikers must not do is panic. Easier said than done, because if you take a comparison after 5.3, the Dabanggs were 40 for 1 and the Kerala Strikers 35 for 2. So yeah, a little behind, but not much. 1 or 2 good overs, could be right back.
I think it's the loss of those 2 wickets which has put the Strikers on the back foot there. The back of their mind, they're worried about losing another couple of wickets. And hence, even though we're in the power play, we're seeing a far more conservative approach.
Ooh, drifting down leg for the lefty. But we know Maddie can hit it big. He's a strong individual. You are right. I think it's just the thought of not losing any more wickets, the possibility of losing any more wickets, that's slowing things down for the Kerala Strikers. Sometimes, though, it's better to play a natural game. I suspect Matty is quieter than he wants to be. Last ball of the 6th over, last ball of boundary restrictions, fielder restrictions, that is. And mid-off will ensure that that too is a dot ball. So 6 gone, 35 for 2.
End of 6 overs, 35 for 2. Yes, type what? WATT space your name space number of watts pledged and send it to 56070. Pledge now and win a pass to the CCL after party powered by Godrej Eon.
35 for 2. Target of 168. And another 133 from 84 deliveries. Possible, but getting tougher with every over.
Already the required run rate at 9.5. So, and now of course the field spread a bit. And the boundaries certainly are going to be a little more difficult as we have another bowling change from the pavilion end. Prakash Jesh comes in. Very useful over by Ayaz Khan, the last one. Just 2 runs off it, 1 wide. And he will be, he may continue to be difficult to score against Ayaz. So,
Kerala strikers versus Bhojpuri Dabanggs.
Bowlers with care now. Who to hit? Who to push? Maybe now's the time with this gentle off spin. Or straighter ones, really. That one on target.
Well, I've seen this so often. Right after the power play is over, you see the field being spread out, and that just once for the taking. I don't know why a lot of captains don't tend to still have another fielder in the circle, have 5 instead of 4, because you've got the Kerala strikers under the cosh at the moment. They're going at about a run a ball. They've lost 2 wickets. And if they lose another wicket now in trying to pierce the field and not get those easy singles, you're well and truly on top. But we've seen this happen at all levels of the game.
Such is the fear, I suppose, of giving boundaries away, that you tend to be a little conservative in the infield. Now, of course, a change in the field for the lefty, Maddie. We got, I was going back to a 2-2 on the infield. We had, so here are our radio partners. Your City 91.1. Always nice to have radio partners. And the full toss again batted back to Jesh. So low rate of scoring runs continues for the Kerala strikers, and they are now very close to already being 10 runs and over required.
Bowling. बस यही करना तूने जिता दिया. यही करेगा तो जिता दिया.
Single, come on, Maddie, at least that. Push it around. There's so many gaps in the field right now. Don't just bat it back to the bowler. Angle the bat, do something, push it around in those areas, take the single. You will get the loose deliveries later, but you've got to take the singles at least.
Well, that's Ajoy keeping. And if you look at the wicket keeper there, that's wide. And is that going to be wide for? No, it's not. Comedy of errors there. Just not getting the ball in hand.
Embarrassed smile. But yeah, too wide for the keeper. Ajoy, no chance at all. And luckily for the Bhojpuri Dabanggs, such a slow outfield that the ball did not go through for a boundary. Meant a large number of extras.
Bowling.
But just getting back to the wicketkeeper, he's standing for a spinner about 4 or 5 yards behind the stumps. So the chances of effecting a stumping are next to nil.
Well, all I can say is that perhaps he's not hugely confident of his abilities when standing up. Quite a spinner, mind you. I mean, just an up and down. And no speed, I agree. 3-step run up. Oh, drifting down leg, but still good, clever bowling. 7 gone, 40 for 2.
End of 7 overs, 40 for 2.
Yeah, I'm good. The Kerala strikers 40 for 2, and I have to say that the Bhojpuri Dabanggs have really gone quiet. And I have with me another pretty face of the Dabang team, Urvashi Chaudhary. Urvashi, tell me, is this like a break after all the dhamal that you guys were creating?
Always, Archana, we are not going to take break because first of all, we are going to win, and secondly, we are going to do an after party. It's a huge after party, so no, not at all.
As you can see, there's a lot of energy coming from here, but where is the after party?
I'll tell you. In your ear.
Okay, you'll tell me in my ear. It'll be our little secret. But tell me, as a team, of course, they're coming out and, doing a good job right now, and there's sort of a better fielding side than the Kerala strikers. You think that could be their strength here?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
But our team is doing really best, and we are very, very happy. Kerala strikers it's a very good team, and they have won one match. So it's a bit challenge for us, but that's okay. We're going to win.
Okay, I have to tell you, Urvashi, that when I saw all you girls, belting out those moves out there, what was your special signature move? Come on, show it to us.
I think there is nothing but signature mode. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this.
Okay, so there you have it. Urvashi out there, very excited. Almost has her fingers, legs, everything crossed for her team right now. There you go. She does, and she hopes that the Bhojpuri Dabangs come out on top. Well, thank you so much for talking to us, and hope you're enjoying this. Yes. And it's back to you guys.
Rohan, this is beginning to look very difficult now for the Kerala strikers. Almost an air of impossibility here. You mentioned not to get into double figures. They have now 10.11. But apart from that, really what worries me is the lack of intention of pushing it around in the infield for a single, or of course going for the big one. I mean, there has to be scoring intent when you're so far behind and you're chasing.
Well, what this does is, if by chance one of these two batsmen get out now, it just puts so much pressure on the batsman coming in, because he has to go at 10, over 10 and over from word go. But this is how you do it. Pick the length up early, front foot down,
one bounce into the boundary fence, 4 runs.
One bounce for 4. We need more of this from the Kerala strikers.
Yep, a bomb chicka wow moment for sure. He got to the pitch of the ball, and we've been saying he's a strong boy, so when he decides to let loose, the ball will race to the boundary as it did then. All right, here are our bomb chicka wow girls, making sure everybody here at the ground has a good time. Yeah, more of that. Maddie, careful though. Don't miss the single. Well, forget about the single. Full toss, and is that also just inside the boundary? It is. Consecutive boundaries for Kerala strikers and Maddie.
That was not the best disguised slower ball I've seen. But you've got to give the bowler credit for trying. Kerala strikers, teammates and supporters are happy. 2 consecutive boundaries. But this is what I mean. I mean, if you look at his speeds, the last ball was an attempted slower ball, but the difference in speed wasn't that much.
Difficult to do that when you're about 115, 110. Oh, well kept. A joy. Fantastic stuff. That could have been many more runs.
Well, the two boundaries have clearly rattled Ayaz Khan. It's upset his normal line and length. Trying to do something different. One with the slower delivery, the previous ball, and now again. Look at the crowd. And very well kept as well. And that's got to be another wide. Not so well kept this time round. They'll get a single along with the wide.
50
Just
runs
the
comes
over
up
the
for the
Kerala
Kerala Strikers.
looking for. 11 off it already. 2 deliveries yet to come.
Bhavna from the Malayalam film industry, very popular of course, enjoying the proceedings, but Bhavna, your team is in a little bit of trouble. Oh, could have been dangerous, straight to mid-on. Misfield allows a single. This is a bit of payback for the Kerala Strikers because they missed about 4 or 5, I'm not saying easy, but 4 or 5 catches in the field and give a few extras away through inefficient fielding, so this 1 run paid back.
Well, what this over has done is got the run rate back to about 9.5. At the start of this over, it was in excess of 10. That's another wide. He is clearly rattled because he's come over the wicket, he's come round the wicket. He hasn't got his line and length right. That's the Kerala Strikers dugout.
And right in the middle, the lovely Priya Mani, national award-winning actress, and of course a brand ambassador of the entire league, the Celebrity Cricket League. Manoj Tiwari not particularly happy with his bowler or the rest of his field. And that too coming from Ayaz Khan, 13 runs in this over. Slower one, and patted back. So the over finally comes to an end. After 8, it's 53 for 2.
After 8 overs, Kerala Strikers versus the Dabanggs of Bhojpuri. The next match today is a big one.
53 for 2.
It's going to be the Chennai Rhinos versus
a very productive last over for the Kerala Strikers. It's been the best over of the innings so far, 13 of it. Jayesh to continue. This could be a crucial over, simply because the Kerala Strikers have got a bit of momentum with them. Oh, well bowled. He's got his line and length right. But again, I'm a little baffled by where the keeper is standing. As a batsman, when the keeper is standing that far behind, it's a license for you to step out and try and have a bit of a slog. You've got to use your feet because you know the chances of you getting stumped are minimal.
Well, I must say the stand-in skipper, because Mohanlal is not playing this match, Indrajit, he hasn't really gotten going. But he's the man, Madan Mohan, who is a powerful individual, can hit the ball a long way, and a lot, perhaps too much, rests on his broad shoulders. All right about the keeper though. No man's land is not likely to get an edge either. If there is a nick, probably fall before. And it does allow Maddie to dance down the track if he so wishes. No real pace. What is it, 110 or less? 105?
Coming, boys, coming through.
Jesh got away lightly the previous over.
Okay.
Well, he does try and dance down the track, but there must be some movement off the pitch because, again, all he does is get an edge. Third man for a single.
That's a good bowling. Hurry up, come on.
You could hear Jesh saying hurry up to his teammates because there are stiff penalties this time around the Kalyan Jewellers Celebrity Cricket League Season 3. They were worked upon earlier on to ensure that matches finish more or less on time. A couple of seasons, let's just say time or punctuality wasn't the highest priority.
Coming, boys, coming through.
Abhijit, you got to stop counting what the fielders are. It's more important that you push it around anywhere in the infield for a single. No dot balls now. Come on. And I'm not being biased. I'm just...
Oh, he goes for a big shot. And has he got the gap? No, he hasn't. One bounce to there, Tiwari.
He seems to have a lot of size on him, Indrajit, but looked like he has the big shot, if you know what I mean. That too, he caught pretty well, but it only went several yards short of long on. Luckily, of course, for Indrajit. He's better off pushing it around for a single to get Maddie in.
Bowling.
Well, it's been a good over so far. Just 3 off it.
Good bowling,
Just the kind of over the Bhojpuri Dabanggs needed after the previous over, which went for a lot of runs. 13, if I'm not mistaken.
Chance for the Kerala strikers to finish it well, and the sweep doesn't work out, so only a single. Another very efficient over by Jesh. The Kerala strikers, after 9 overs, still struggling at 57 for 2.
I can't hear him, so you have to count me down. On to karo. On it, quickly. Okay. Yeah, now I can hear you. Go! What do you want me to do? 15 seconds, forget about it right now.
You look like Jacqueline Fernandez. You look like Jacqueline Fernandez.
The Kerala strikers, of course, moving on slowly and steadily, 57 for 2. And I have with me a very popular South Indian actress. She's actually done movies in all the 4 regional languages, but is the face of Kerala strikers. Bhavna, it's such a pleasure to see you. Tell me, what is the momentum like right now? What is the team talking about?
We are quite nervous because Bhojpuri team is really strong and they're playing really well, and we are also doing our best. Fingers crossed, we are all nervous.
You know, an amazing atmosphere coming from Kochi. Here in Hyderabad, of course, it's building up right now. But for someone like you, tell us a little bit about, what are your future projects? In what films will your fans be seeing you?
Okay, see, I finished 2 Kannada movies. It's going to release very soon. And one Malayalam movie is progressing. So I'm coming from my location. It's happening in Cochin. And next project is also in Malayalam. And that will start in April, May, I guess.
Okay, so Bhavna, teach me a little bit of Malayalam now. How do you say I love cricket in Malayali?
Okay, I love cricket in Malayalam. എനിക്ക് cricket വളരെ ഇഷ്ടമാണ്.
Okay, can you repeat that again, please?
എനിക്ക് cricket വളരെ ഇഷ്ടമാണ്.
Enika cricket winner, you lost me out there. Okay, before you go, I'm going to make you give out a nice, sweet message for your fans.
Okay, this is for our Asianet viewers, right?
Yes.
Okay. See, നമ്മൾ ഭയങ്കര നെർവസ് ആണ്. നിങ്ങളെല്ലാവരും ലൈവ് കണ്ടുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണെന്ന് എനിക്കറിയാം. ഭോജ്പുരി വളരെ സ്ട്രോങ് ടീമാണ്. പ്ലീസ് നന്നായി പ്രാർത്ഥിക്കുക. ഞാൻ ഫുൾ പൂജയൊക്കെ ചെയ്ത് കുങ്കുമൊക്കെ ഇട്ടാണ് വന്നിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഞാൻ പ്രാർത്ഥിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. Please do pray for us, Kerala Strikers.
It's gone all over my head at the moment. Of course, there is a boundary, which is why she's ecstatic, and I'm sure she said all nice things and wanted to wish that the Kerala Strikers wins today. Thank you so much for talking to us. Enjoy the rest of the match.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
That is all.
Thank you, Archana. 2 fours of the first 2 deliveries. Maddie just stepping on the gas a little bit now. Could this be another boundary? That's another boundary. Hat trick of boundary.
And
But
here's
this
another
is what I like to
boundary.
see. The fielder trying to take the catch, not holding back and trying to save the boundary because he knows Maddie is a dangerous player. The key to this innings, and he's gone on the aggressive. Well done.
Bomb chicka wow wow girls ensure that we realize how good a shot that was. And after he hit it, he was in. He did get to it. Ayaz Khan. It was off Ayaz Khan, beg your pardon. It was a very, very good attempt, but isn't he in trouble? So efficient in that first match and the first over here. Last over, and this taken for plenty. Nice glance. Very much in control for that single. Maddie.
Coming up to the halfway stage of this innings. Maybe another 98 from 62 deliveries. Maddie Mohan 4 short of a well-deserved 50. A little shot, rocks back on the back foot and pulls it through mid-wicket for 4.
And another boundary of the same over.
Indrajit, what were you waiting for? That's what we need from you. That, would you believe it, is his first boundary. Mohanlal still not impressed. Lissy is. I think Mohanlal knows that they have a mountain to climb, even though the required rate is closer to 9 now than the 10.5 it was earlier. Still very difficult to go. Another very good over for the Kerala Strikers. Twice in succession. These Ayaz Khan overs have been a little disturbing for the Bhojpuri Dabanggs. He got a big stare from his skipper Manoj Tiwari the last over. I think that stare is likely to continue.
I don't think he's going to be looking at the captain after the end of this over. I also think this is probably the end of his spell for the moment. 17 of this over so far. 1 delivery yet to come.
Yeah, they've done something intelligent now, Bhojpuri Dabanggs. They pushed a man down to the square leg boundary. And fine leg has come in. He just better not drift down leg, Ayaz. That's all. Straight past him, very powerfully struck, but there is a long on. Only a single to end, so another very expensive over. 18 of it, 74, 5 for 2 from 10. And it's time for a strategy break.
Halfway down the mark in this innings.
At the halfway stage, it's 75 for 2. And that's the match summary for you. The Bhojpuri Dabanggs getting 167 of their allotted 20 overs. Yadav with 51, Ajoy with 33. Uday Tiwari with a quick fire 27. Noja with a quick fire 23. Jayesh has been very economical. It's got to be close. And he's gone, yes. Oh, look at that celebration. That's what we've come to see. He's been outstanding, Jayesh. Has completely outfoxed the batsmen. They've not picked him at all. And he's got his reward for it. Indrajit departs for 15. LBW bowled Jayesh.
Three now, the Kerala strikers.
वही करना है बस बहुत बढ़िया बहुत बढ़िया बहुत बढ़िया
He's gone. What a delivery to get first up. Right in the block hole.
Well, Arjun is looking quite befuddled. The Bong Chikawawa moment expressed by the cheerleaders. But it was tossed up and he just got yorked. Was a difficult ball first up, you're right, Ron, but not a very clever stroke at all. Arjun goes first ball, Kerala strikers in trouble, 75 for 4.
Back-to-back wickets here for Bhojpuri Dabanggs on a hat-trick. A hat-trick delivery this one. Hyderabad, what do you say? Be warned! Be warned!
Well, high drama here at the Lal Bahadur Stadium in Hyderabad. We're watching the first match in the second weekend of the Celebrity Cricket League Season 3. And all of a sudden, just a quick shower when Jesh is on a hat-trick ball. He'll be very upset with that because the momentum is certainly the Bhojpuri Dabanggs' way, and all of a sudden it gives an opportunity for the Kerala strikers to meet, to reconvene, to figure it out.
What would be keen is to see what the Duckworth-Lewis's method would say, where the Kerala strikers would be if they had not lost those 2 wickets in these previous 2 deliveries.
Oh,
There's
gosh.
a big difference between being 75 for 2 in 10.2 and 75 for 4.
Very good point, because it's all about resources in hand. I mean, if anyone tries to understand Duckworth and Lewis, forget it. But in a nutshell, it's all a question of understanding the resources available. Now, this shower looks pretty severe against the light, but let me assure you, it's not all that bad, and hopefully it will move away quickly. It's a heavy drizzle at the moment, not a full-fledged rainy spell. But yeah, going back to Duckworth and Lewis, 75 for 2. They might have done well, the Bhojpuri Dabanggs. Not that we expect play to stop right now. Hopefully it will continue. The 75 for 4, not a chance at all for, I was about to say in hell, not a chance at all for the Kerala strikers. They don't have enough resources left. Fortunately for them, Maddy Mohan is still there, batting on 46 from 33. But he's fighting a lone battle for the moment. 46 out of the 75 scored. So you can imagine the kind of contribution, heavy contribution of Maddy. They've got the covers out quickly enough, that's for sure. Ashoka is still on the left. In fact, we've got Sri Lankan umpires for the entire tournament. Quick to signal groundsman to bring the covers in. So the square for the moment has been covered as the drizzle intensifies. Rohan, that's not good news. This is only the first match on the second weekend. We've got another potential thriller coming up later this evening as the twice champions Chennai take on the Karnataka Bulldozers. And that match, as we've seen in the past, can be a taxing affair for the team that goes down. has been the two finalists in the first two seasons when Chennai, being the underdogs, if I may say so, won both the titles, and Karnataka should be desperately looking for revenge. But that's all later in the evening. What we can do is quickly remind you that the Kerala Strikers are in trouble, chasing 168 for a win here. Adi Mohan doing very well, 46 from 33, wonderful strike rate. But the rest of the team has not been able to support him. Indrajit with a decent 15. And Gopan is the man in now. Gopan played a very important hand in their chase last time around last week when he ensured that they won without too much trouble. But it was a low-scoring match though, so different circumstances. And look at Jesh's figures, 2 for 9, and he's sitting on a hat-trick before the rain intervened. He'll be desperate to come back and take what could be CCL's first ever hat-trick. We'll see. Otherwise, Manoj Tiwari also very efficient. Ayaz Khan for a change going for many. So for the moment, we'll remind you about the story of the match. The Bhojpuri Dabanggs put in by the Kerala Strikers after they won the toss. The Dabanggs went to 167 for 5. A very formidable total. The Kerala Strikers have many advantages, but they don't bat big. And their only hope for the moment seems to be Madi Mohan. Plays some very good cricket. 46 not out. Otherwise, the Bhojpuri Dabanggs right on top. And to think that this is only their first season.
Cricket League, unfortunately, the rain clouds have finally broken. We said the whole day was looking overcast, crossed our fingers that no rain would come, but in the middle of the match, that is the situation. Kerala Strikers at the moment was 75 for 4, chasing a target of 168, and yes, the heavens have opened up, and the LB Stadium here in Hyderabad is witness now to a bit of a downpour. The situation, I can tell you, is this as of now. In a roughly 20 minutes, and that means around 6:50, there will be an inspection, after which they will decide whether to implement the Duckworth-Lewis system or not. So at the moment, we're just going to hang on to our horses, and the match, or rather this intermol, is going to happen just at the moment. We're going to stick on for that. So let's have a little bit of fun, should we? Of course, we've got a lot of celebrities, a lot of lovely ladies supporting both sides over here, the Bhojpuri Dabanggs and the Kerala Strikers as well. And because of that, it gives us so many moments to take a look at the Kalyan Jewellers glamorous moments of the day.
It was a fine catch, spectacular delivery, and a wicket.
Ah yes, the Kerala Strikers getting quite a bit of support, although it wasn't too easy for them. They already lost 4 wickets on their chase with that target of 168, and not just them dancing, mind you, the Bhojpuri Dabanggs, every time that they took a wicket, had a very unique celebration. We'll try and get that sometime later, but now let's have a look at some of the fours, which is brought to you by Panasonic. All teams been given a bit of a run for their money because the fielding is certainly not been on top so far, but look, fair enough. Sometimes it just gets really hard, and to be honest, if the rain continues the way it does, remember we have a second match coming up as well, it's not going to be too easy for any of the fielders. That outfield is going to be absolutely drenched. Look at that, they're trying to protect our cameras because that's how hard it's coming down at the moment. Just in case you're tuning in, I got to tell you that in roughly 15 minutes we're going to have an inspection, after which they will tell us whether they're going to implement the DL system or not. For the moment, however, we just have to hold on to our horses, hold on to our hopes and wishes, and hopefully we'll get back to some of the cricket action too, because I'm sure you want to see some of your favorite celebrities in action. So let's take a quick breather. We'll be right back with more updates. Stay with us. So staying with us, it's raining, it's pouring, but no one is snoring just yet because we would have
wait till I start talking, then maybe all the audience over there might start.
I was just going to say that finally I have some company. Rohan Gavaskar's run all the way from the commentary box to keep us company.
And not even broken into a sweat, just shows how fit I am.
It just shows how fit you are. You could give these guys a couple of tips.
I could.
You definitely could. Look what's happening over here. I mean, clouds have finally broken up. They couldn't go on, and the point is, Do you think we'll see DL being implemented, or
We could.
Yeah.
We could. And you know what? I was just making this point in the commentary box. I was on air. Was they've lost 2 wickets in 2 balls, and the rains come down.
Yeah.
It'll be crucial to see how the Duckworth loss would impact if there was 74 for 2
That's
as
right,
opposed to 74 for 4. I mean, we know wickets make a big difference in Duckworth loss. Don't ask me to explain because I don't know how.
No one is asking.
I don't know how
No
it
one.
works, but I just know that wickets make a big difference. If it's 74 for 2, the target that is required is lesser. If it's 74 for 4, the target that is required will be a lot higher. So
Okay.
look, it could make a difference, those 2 deliveries.
It really could, but look, if the rains hadn't interrupted, did you get the feeling that the Bhojpuri Dabanggs were certainly just turning it on at the right time? They had the match in control. What about their celebrations out there every time they took a wicket? That was unbelievable.
Some of those dance moves, look, I'm just waiting to see that on the silver screen because
Yeah.
those were outstanding. But yeah, the celebrations were phenomenal. The 2 wickets obviously put them back in control, but before they got those 2 wickets, I thought the Kerala strikers were just getting back into the game. They had a bit of a period where there was a lull. They weren't getting too many runs. Then we saw Mohan hitting a few lusty blows. There was one very big over, 20, I think 20 or 21 of it, which really gave them the momentum. So Kerala strikers were getting back into the game. Unfortunately for them, they lost 2 wickets and then the rains came down.
Yeah, the rains came down, and it leaves us in a bit of a fix because you never really know what happens until we know that around 6:50 is when the official inspection is going to happen. So till then, we can only just try and predict, you know. But look, let's talk about this team from the beginning. Bhojpuri Dabanggs, new entrants, impressed everyone. I mean, they just came into it, you know, saying that we're contenders.
Look, you know,
There's a reason why they're called Dabanggs.
You know, at the toss of the first game that they played, I asked Manoj, Tiwari, the captain, are you going to put in a Dabang performance? And he said, we will try. But they've been very, very impressive. It's not only their batting, but even a couple of their bowlers. Very tough to pick, very accurate. They're getting the line and length right. It's a team which has come into this tournament, and you'd expect a team of actors to maybe be a little overawed by the surroundings. You know, suddenly you're playing cricket in front of 20,000, 30,000. In Kerala, it was about 60,000 people.
Right.
It's completely different from doing, say, a stage show in front of 20, 30,000 people. It's completely different because for a stage show, you practice, you rehearse, and it's what you do. You're comfortable doing that. Cricket is not what they're comfortable doing. It's something alien to them. But to come out there and perform like they have, it just speaks volumes of the talent and obviously the kind of hard work they've put in.
I mean, they had the Bhojpuri Dabanggs, mind you, had a 3-month camp ahead of this CCL. That's what Manoj Tiwari said. So that is, I mean, dedication. That's like if they had projects shelved for the moment, put a pause on them.
We'll release the movie after 6 months.
Yeah, you know,
it's not important at the moment. Let's just focus on CCL. But that 3-month camp, that's a camp probably even a lot of first-class teams don't go through a 3-month camp.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it just goes to show the kind of enthusiasm they have for this tournament, for the fact that they want to come in and make a really good impression, and they have made a really good impression.
Okay, let's have some fun. If you had a chance to, let's say, pick your own team, or for that matter, say that, you know, maybe this guy is in the wrong profession, he could try out for Ranji Trophy and all. Anyone struck your fancy? I mean, it's been 3 seasons now.
Well, look, there's a big difference.
I mean, I know it's hard.
No, there's a big difference between Ranji Trophy and CCL. I think
just for fun, Rohan.
I take this seriously because I think it's very easy to say like someone plays, you know, a couple of good games for CCL and say, oh, listen, you know, he's outstanding. He should be playing first class cricket. There's a big difference. It's a big gap. But there are a lot of cricketers. I have to say, there are a lot of cricketers within the CCL who are very good cricketers. A lot of actors who are very good cricketers. I beg your pardon. And they would hold their own. In a first division club game.
Right.
And then if they kind of performed the way they have in CCL consúplntly, then you know you get called up for a Ranji Trophy squad, maybe of 30 or 40. But there are a few cricketers within the CCL who've shown that they have a lot of cricket in them.
You never know, it could always go the other way. I mean, you know, next thing you know, next movie, Rohan Gavaskar's the star of it, you know, after being under the influence of all these celebrities. It's happened before. You've had your fair share of.
No, it's happened before that a lot of cricketers have gone into acting, and you know what they say, a wise man learns from others' mistakes. I've seen a couple of my comrade in arms trying their luck out on the silver screen and not really doing too well. So I'm learning from their mistakes.
Yeah, we're gonna come back to your movie role in just a bit. For that moment, let's just take a bit of an interlude and have a look at the catch of the day brought to you by Boost.
What a catch that is! Bhojpuri Dabanggs!
Were they taking a catch on a day that, to be honest, there have been quite a few missed fields?
Well, I don't think
And
the
drop catches.
I don't think the Kerala strikers, when they go back to their hotel this evening, even if they win the game, I'm not saying they've lost the game from here on in, but even if they win the game, they need to sit down and sort of talk about the fielding, because I think the fielding didn't live up to its expectations, didn't live up to what they would have hoped for. I think it was a little abysmal, to be honest. More than a couple of dropped chances, couple of missed fields. Overall, the target would have been 20 runs less, and that makes all the difference.
It really does, but when you think about it, sometimes under lights, even cricketers struggle. You're taking those head-on catches, you're used to that. What about these actors?
No, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's easy. It's very tough. I mean, forget under lights. Even sometimes you've got a blue sky, and there's there's not a cloud in the sky, and those are the toughest.
Right.
When there's a cloud there's cloud cover in the sky, it's easier to take those catches. We can judge the length.
To be honest, really, you have that much time in those 0.5 seconds.
No, when it's a sky and if there's no cloud, it's very, very tough to catch, very tough to judge. But when there are clouds, it's easier to judge. But look, like I said, this is alien to them, but they've been practicing. They're out on the field, and once you're out on the field, there can't be any excuses. If there's a catch coming to you, you've got to try and take it. That's what you're on the field for. But sometimes even the best of them.
Even the best of them. And despite the help of these days technology, the night vision glasses, that was something. I mean, when it came out, I thought it was just a style statement. Does it actually work?
I think it just looks cool, and that's what a lot of cricketers wear it.
How many night vision ones do you have?
I unfortunately have none. I mean, I had a couple, but I've given them away because I don't need night vision no more. So give them all away now.
All right, so you can of course go and see if you've got, if you can find Rohan Gavaskar's night vision goggles somewhere. Now, have a look at that. All right, so look, they're discussing as to what exactly is going to happen, whether DL is going to be implemented or whether they're going to bring the teams back on, because it has stopped raining as of now, but the covers are still not off. It's a lot of intrigue, isn't it? If you want to know what's going on, you've got to stay with us. Captains are out there. They're not looking too happy. We'll take a quick breather. Stay with us. We'll let you know what happens. There's an absolute cacophony in the stadium. The fans are just enjoying themselves, but the players aren't at the moment, because we still have no update as to what is going to happen in this game so far. When the Kerala Strikers was 75 for 4, chasing a target of 168, the rain came down, play has been stopped, and it's been about 20 minutes where it's been stopped. We don't know whether the DL system is going to be implemented just yet. They do look like they're discussing things. I've got Rohan Gavascar with me in the studio, who says that it'll make it very interesting if it is, because the Kerala Strikers lost 2 wickets just before the rains opened up, and look, I mean, we don't know. We're just literally sitting ducks here waiting to see what happens.
I actually think there'll be maybe a reduction in overs if they get play started again, so Duckworth Lewis would definitely come in.
It stopped raining, but do you think play can start? I mean, you looked at the field, you've seen the conditions.
No, I haven't seen the conditions, but I've seen the covers, and in and around, the covers seem alright, but in and around, the very small covers, so in and around the pitch with the kind of rain we had, it would be quite wet. And unless that area where that gentleman just walking is dry, most matches would not start, because you would not want to risk an injury.
Absolutely, yeah.
But if both captains agree, then you could have a game started again. There we see
well, those are not super suppers.
The old rope trick. We've got the old rope trick going on, the Indian rope trick. We've got the Indian rope trick going on. But look, at this stage, the difference is, if the Bhojpuri Dabanggs were behind the Duckworth Lewis system, and since they are feeling, they'd say, look, we are happy to go on and try and play a game. But if you're ahead, if I was the captain, if I was Manoj Tiwari, I'd say, look, unless the conditions are absolutely spot on for me to play, I will not go and play, because I've already won the game.
Absolutely, yeah.
as you know, if I'm ahead on Duckworth Lewis right now and I've won the game, I don't want to go back on the field. You know, the whole purpose of the game is to get those points and go back 2 out of 2. And the way things are, they might be 2 out of 2. So unless, you know, you could easily go up and say, look, unless you've got it all perfectly sorted, perfectly bone dry, in really good conditions, we're not stepping out.
Fair enough. I mean, there are many restrictions apart from that also. They're taking things like time very seriously as well. They are going to take things like slow over rates. So everything else is also been taken into consideration. That's the Bhojpuri Dabanggs team, who, mind you, have been quite an interesting team as far as the CCL is concerned. They just started off with a bang, and it looks like they're going quite well off. And as Rohan and I were discussing before, they've got some interesting celebrations every time they get a wicket, which I think they're going to pass on to everyone else. I mean, they're all actors, so we want to see some of the famous dances.
You want
right?
some of that.
Yeah.
You want a little bit of the,
Jhatkas
and the matkas, and you want to see that. And I thought it was great. I thought it was great entertainment. But you've also got to realize that these celebrations come after they've done the hard and serious work of cricket. They're not letting it interfere with the seriousness of the game. They've got a wicket, they've celebrated, and they've celebrated in style. And you like to see that. It's a bit like the Usain Bolt when he, when he goes there.
It becomes a trademark.
Yeah, it becomes a trademark. Someone needs to patent that.
I think they will, listening to this. Let's listen to this. Alright, just talking about all of that, we're going to have a look at what has been the best moment of the day so far. It certainly was not the clouds opening up. Let's have a look at that. This is brought to you by Titan Eye. Typical. I've got to learn that step. Do you know that step? I've got to learn that step.
Sure.
That. You have to do it. Unfortunately, we're not getting the expressions over there. But look, we'll master it, okay? It's only the second weekend over here. If you say so, Rohan, if you say so. Let's take to playing cricket, shall we? And stick to commentating.
I've stopped even sticking to that. Let's just stick to talking about cricket.
Talking about cricket, what about what's going to happen in the next game over here? Because we've got the Chennai and the Karnataka Bulldozers sitting out there, looking all happy, revved up. Oh, you know what? We're going to walk in next, play our game, and what do you know? It started raining. So they actually look more depressed than the teams who are playing at the moment.
You know, at least for them, they know when they do go out to play. Look, this is what we've got. It could be a 15-over game, a 12-over game, an 18-over game. It's tough for the teams that are already playing the game. It's not tough for the Bhojpuri Dabanggs because I think on Duckworth Lewis system they should be ahead as of now. So it's not tough on them. They are more than happy to sit back and take the win and go back to the hotel. So it's tough on the Kerala strikers because suddenly you might have a 14-over match or a 15-over game and you've got to go out there and let's not forget there's a new batsman at the crease.
That's right, yeah.
So he'll have to go up there and suddenly try and get runs at maybe 12, 13 and over, which is not going to be easy. So look, it's a tougher situation for the Kerala strikers. For the Chennai and the Karnataka team, it's fine. I mean, what they would be worried about is the match getting rained off. Yeah. Because you'd rather have a game, even if it's a 5-over game or a 10-over game, you'd rather have a game.
You want the points. I mean,
you want the points. I mean, yeah. And the shorter the game, the odds also become that much shorter. So you'd rather have a game rather than just share points. So it's not it's tough. This situation is the toughest for the Kerala strikers.
It really, really is. Now I tell you, we've been talking about it. It has not been the best day for the Kerala strikers as far as the fielding unit has been concerned. Even the Bhojpuri Dabanggs have been suspect at times. However, we do have some good fielding moments. And let's have a look at the best fielder, brought to you by Godrej On. We're a little stumped, to be honest. We don't know as to whether the Duckworth Lewis is going to be implemented because I got Rohan Gavaskar with me and he says that it's going to be very difficult to return to the field right now and play given the conditions looking at the pitch. Now look, the covers are off at this stage. It's just a question whether the surrounding areas are safe enough to play cricket on.
Well, look, you can start a game if both captains agree, say, look, we are fine. But if, like I said, if I was Manoj Tiwari and if I was captain of the Bhojpuri Dabanggs, and on Duckworth Lewis I was ahead of the Kerala strikers, I would put my foot down and say, no, I don't want to play. We've got 10.2 overs, which constitutes a game, and I've got my 2 points or 3 points for winning. So I'm happy to take those points, thank you very much, and let me go home. That's what I'd be saying. But, if you've got that, fair play thing going for you, and then you want to get on field and make it of this thing, then you could have a game. But at the end of the day, the bottom line is winning. And if I was Manoj Tiwari...
Rohan, it's funny you say that because you're talking to me obviously as a cricketer who's been, competitive his whole life, used to that. But when you see, at the end of the day, they're still actors. And when you see these opposing teams, that brethren of this industry is there, and they're like pals,
Well, they are pals.
They're not as competitive. They are competitive. I'm not disowning them or disregarding them.
I think what's happened is there's because
that cutthroat thing isn't there on this field.
Because a lot of these actors have acted with each other in some movie or the other, so you've got that camaraderie, that bond with each other. So even though they're very serious on the cricket field, even though they're competing, maybe you're right, maybe the edge is a little less, where we've not seen much sledging going on.
Yeah, none at all. Yeah,
but hey,
and imagine they're actors. Imagine the dialogues we'd have.
Wait for the Chennai Karnataka match.
Yeah, that's
I think
actually
that could be a game on the edge.
That you're absolutely right. If you were a big fan of the CCL, you would have known that last year the final there was a big upheaval, and because of that, it's become like a rivalry here. Obviously, even the two industries, the two states tend to be rivals. In Ranji Trophy, they're big rivals as well, aren't they?
Well, they are. It's always in the South Zone when you're playing the K. Subbiah Trophy. I think it's the big rivalry is between Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. And in the other big rivalry in Ranji Trophy is Bombay-Delhi. Bengal has a big rivalry with Assam.
Tell me some of your days. You were never too much of a sledge over here. You're very Rohan knows how to say his stuff. Okay, he can hit you with sarcasm. You won't even know it. But I've never heard anything about you being a sledger.
No, I think you can have a bit of banter without really being abusive. I think that's fine. You can have a bit of banter and laugh about it later on because someone might say something funny, someone retorts with something funny, and then you can go back and laugh about it. I don't think there's any need to really get personal or abusive. Though having said that, I have to say once or twice, I've lost my cool, and it's something which I regret.
What's the worst sledge you've ever heard? And just try and bleep over the bad language directed towards you.
I've actually fortunately not been sledged too much, but possibly because I never hung around too long to be sledged at. So
you just got tired of you. And just like, oh god.
No, so before they had a chance to sledge, I was probably back in the pavilion. So probably that's why they never sledged me.
Right,
but look, like you say, I've been fortunate enough in the sense that I've never really been sledged badly.
But sledging is such a big part of the game. This is the only thing I think kind of missing from the CCL here. Apart from stealing each other's movies or roles or something like that, what else are you going to do?
No, I actually think, a couple of these games, like, the Karnataka Tamil Nadu game in the CCL was very, very competitive last year. The final was very competitive, played on a knife's edge, tensions were high. And I think I was expecting more of the same this time around, but unfortunately with the rain we don't know what's going to happen. So I think as CCL progresses, we'll see a little bit of sledging coming in as well.
Maybe. We have to have a talk with the two captains. But look, absolutely right. That is the next game. That was supposed to be the blockbuster game as far as things are concerned, to see the Chennai Rhinos aiming for a hat-trick this season of CCL wins up against the Karnataka Bulldozers, who, mind you, absolutely bulldozed over Veer Marathi in their opening encounter. They, in fact, are already out there on the field warming up. They don't really care what anything is going on apart from the fact that they have got a game to play, and there's some impressive figures. These are two teams. Dhruv, in fact, one of the main players over here for Karnataka. These two teams obviously take things very, very seriously, and it's almost like they try and live up to the cricketing legacy that their states represent, because I've asked them that in the interviews. Do you ever get influenced by, your Ranji Trophy players? And
I think you would, because it's sort of, you read about it in the papers, and
they're very well aware of it.
And it's very tough not to get influenced by it. They are very, very serious about their cricket. We've seen, look, the first game isn't over yet, but these two teams are out there warming up. They're not waiting for the umpire to say, look, the game's called off. They're out there doing their job and making sure they're best prepared for when they're called to play, and that's what professionalism is all about.
But it's so funny, even we spoke about this last year as well, where the Karnataka Bulldozers always come into the CCL and the intent is there from the very, very first game. The Chennai Rhinos just managed to sneak through to the final and eventually win it. They don't look very, they lost their opening game. They don't always look very strong.
Well, they didn't even look they didn't get off to a good start even in last year's edition. They started off very badly, but they managed to sneak through to the semi-finals. And once you're in the semi-finals in T20 comp, anything can happen.
Yeah, it really, really is. But I also want to know as to whether Rohan Gavaskar has been approached for some serious cricketing tips. Because whenever they know that Rohan Gavaskar is, part of the
the only tip I can ever give is see the ball, hit the ball. That's
really,
the best tip I can
elementary,
give.
my
See
dear,
the
that's
ball,
elementary.
hit the ball. Don't worry about anything else.
Come on,
see the ball, hit the ball.
Like, be honest with me. Some of it, Deepdas Gusta, some of your compatriots are
No,
part
but
of this now.
I've got to be honest. I mean, look.
They're ex-cricketers who are
There's
involved.
lots of ex-cricketers who are involved with each team. You've got Deepdas Gupta with the Bengal team. You've got someone like G.R. Vishwanath with the Karnataka team. So I mean, when you've got someone like him, you don't need to go anywhere else for any sort of advice. You've seen that. You've seen Nilesh Kulkarni is involved with the Veer Marathis. So look, the Mumbai team, they've got a couple of first-class players as their coach. They've got Vinayak Samant, who's represented Assam and Mumbai in the Ranji Trophy. He's done really well. So most of these teams have some first-class presence within them. So they've got a lot of cricketing know-how in the dugout, who they approach and who sort of help them out with whatever that needs to be done.
Does it ever get hard for you, that line between, because you've done so much cricket your whole life, you've been a cricketer, you think of it one way. Does it ever become hard for you when you're talking about actors? Are they still actors to you?
Look, when you're talking about cricket, you've got to talk to them very seriously, because otherwise you'll come across as a fool. So if someone asks you, listen Ron, what do you think about this? You've got to give them a serious answer. And at the end of the day, they're asking you because they genuinely want your help. So whether they ask me or anyone else, so you've got to give them a serious answer. I mean, they are actors, but as of now, they're cricketers first. At the moment, they're not worried about acting. They're worried about about what they're doing on the cricket field. We've seen that a lot of times, even within the games. As an actor, your face is your fortune. But these guys, they don't worry about.
They're certainly not worried. Sorry to cut you
They're
off,
happy.
but they're not worried.
I think they've probably got the news that if things stay the way they are, then they would probably be winners of this game.
Oh, look, they've just turned up the music over here, so they're enjoying themselves. And the three ladies who are representing, or rather the brand ambassadors of this Bhojpuri Dabanggs teams, have been phenomenal in their support.
I need to know what they've eaten for breakfast, because their energy levels are unbelievable.
That's another thing we haven't talked about. Obviously, we know that this is cricketainment, it's glamour, you've got all the beautiful ladies of various industries, backing these teams at the sidelines. They've also taken it so seriously, and they've really taken it with a lot of enthusiasm. We're so disappointed we haven't seen any diva tantrums,
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm just surprised I've not seen someone with like umbrellas and all of that. But look, I have to doff my hat to everyone involved with the CCL. It's very easy to sort of sit back and say, oh, this is not right, this is not right. I think it's fantastic. I think it's great. They're playing with the utmost seriousness. They're playing with the intention of winning. And like I said, for them, their face is their fortune. They're actors first. But when they come out here, they're not worried about putting their bodies on the line. And so when they're on the field, they're cricketers first and actors second. And that's great to see.
You have to give credit where it's due. Certainly, look, we still have no result. We're trying our best to get you the updates over here. Maybe the Bhojpuri Dabanggs have got some good news. They just haven't told us as yet. But we've taken a bit of a gamble and gone ahead and picked our man of the match for now. This is brought to you by Pauly. Take a look.
What a fantastic innings!
This Bhojpuri Dabanggs team has some solid batsmen. I mean, it was Aditya in the previous game who hurt like had a pretty good knock, and they've distributed it around.
And you had Uday Tiwari, who's done really well in both the games. This game we had Manoj Tiwari showing us what he's capable of, and then Yadav over there, outstanding, got a 50, batted really well.